facilities. For further details, you can visit musicintheglen.org. Deputies with the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office arrested 7 people and recovered multiple stolen vehicles and 5 handguns during several incidents Wednesday and Thursday. The Sheriff's Office shared a news release on Thursday night addressing all the incidents while also providing statistics for stolen vehicles and gun recoveries so far this year. According to the Sheriff's Office, as of June 8th, 52 stolen cars were recovered in Milwaukee County compared to 29 on the same date last year. 188 firearms have been recovered compared to 141 last year. All of those numbers are from before this past week's incidents. This was the news update on 1017 The Truth. The Tori Lowe Show is next here on the new 1017 The Truth.
We need each other.
That's facts.
I need my sisters. I need my brothers out here.
A coward dies 1,000 deaths, and for all the bootlickers, may you die 1,001.
The place for the realest conversations.
Tori Lowe, want all the action? Or you want all the smoke? Oh, I'm with all that smoke too, man.
I didn't see Ron Johnson. He trash. Chisholm is trash. How the hell you here to help us and your kids are dying in the street?
I understand that this is Milwaukee and everyone believes that if someone say something, it's snitching. It's not.
I don't care if it's the past. If you see the pastor ain't acting right, you check that fool. Where's the results?
Talking topics that need to be highlighted and discussed in our communities.
Would you trade places with a black person?
Yeah, sure. No, I would not.
Have you ever said the N-word? Come on, be the truth. We on the truth.
Unfiltered and unfazed. This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth and the Truth app.
The reason I believe that racism is getting worse is because whites know that they will be outnumbered in about 20 to 21 years. They're going to be outnumbered.
Hey, Tori, man. How are you doing, brother? I'm actually from India. We brown people can totally relate with you. Sometimes it's like, did that just happen to me?
We have to not let the government mind us either.
That cop ain't never been brought to the public because he ain't normal and he may not even exist no more.
Say no more. Release the video.
You know, you keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're going to take over this talk radio, man. Just keep on focusing on what you're focusing on. I wish you a lot of love.
God bless you, brother.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Tori Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tori Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tori Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tori Lowe. Tori Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio downtown at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
Hey, how you doing, DJ Brother Z?
Thank God it's Friday.
And how y'all doing out there in Radio Land, Truth Nation? Hey, look, thank you for joining me this Friday, June 16th, 2023. And you know what? Juneteenth Day is approaching. And I can't wait to see everybody out there for Juneteenth on Monday at the parade. I'm gonna be coming through the parade, so hopefully I see y'all out there on the streets. It's gonna be a great time. You know, we've always celebrated Juneteenth, but now that it's a national holiday, I just feel like we're missing. And I've been saying this. I feel like we missing the fireworks, and some of y'all like to be docile and just go along with whatever people give you. But I think that if we're going to keep doing Juneteenth the way we've been doing it, then what's the difference of it being a national holiday if we're not taking it to the next level? You know what I mean? We're supposed to take it to the next level. I need to see bigger things. I need to see a bigger celebration. So I need people to get out here, have a great time, support the vendors down at Juneteenth. But we're going to eventually have to do something to light up the sky at night for Juneteenth. You know, I know a lot of other festivals, they got fireworks. They having fireworks at their festivals, but and we don't have African American World Festival down at the lakefront no more. So we're going to have to let it all out at Juneteenth. We're going to have to go, and even if we have to start making up plans to try to get some fireworks displays, we're going to have to I might have to start putting together something to make sure that we have a firework display next year. I don't know, you know, how y'all feel about this, but if they're going to open it up as a national holiday and a federal holiday and all of this other stuff, I think that if this is our Independence Day, we need to be as competitive with our ideas. And I think that we lost competitiveness when it comes to us, when it comes to what we need and what we want to do. I think that we're not competing at all, to me. I think we're just existing. And to me, that's just horrible to think about. Like, a lot of times we just go along to get along, and only when tragedy strikes, people want to come out, and then that's when they want to fight, you know, and that's still kind of like, you know, I understand it, but I think that we should be on guard 24/7, not only for our families, but for everybody. Everybody in the community needs to have that energy to make sure that we can get what we need done. And I'll tell you this, you look at other cultures, they're working as a whole, and they may not even like each other. You know, they may not can't stand each other. They still got domestics. They still got rape issues. They got all these things going on as well, but they work better together as a whole because they understand that if they work better as a whole, it's a better opportunities for the whole. And I think that we have adopted the individuality over the whole, because I'll be talking to somebody about something, and then they'll immediately switch to themselves. Well, I don't. No, I'm not. You don't reflect everybody. You know, it's a lot of people that don't. But as a whole, it's not happening like that. And we're up against other cultures that work as a whole. So when you have to work as an individual and you start saying, well, I'm able to do something as a reflection on your community, you lost. Because I'm telling you right now, go to better ran neighborhoods and buy a house. Go to better ran neighborhoods and buy a house and don't cut your grass. They're gonna knock on your door and be like, hey, can you cut this grass? And you ain't gonna sit there and say, hey, I feel like I don't have to cut the grass. You gonna cut that grass. Because as a whole, they're building equity in the homes, and they're working together to keep the value of the properties up. And you ain't going to come over there and talk about you an individual and you finna do what you want to do in that neighborhood. I'm talking about in better ran environments. They gonna stick a note on your door telling you to cut the grass because the way your house look affects the property value of theirs. And they understand this. This is automatic. They understand this. And better operating townships and environments, this is how they think. But many times when I get around people in my own neighborhood, they'll always refer to themselves other than the whole ideal of the community. Hey, we accept that even from the polices when we be having the meetings and then they say that the officers is having a bad day and the officer may be stressed out and they try to make up excuses why officers may beat up somebody or lash out in the wrong way. They circle it on the individual officer in our neighborhood, you know, when it comes to black, because we empathize with individuality. But to me, I feel like, no, this person he went to school, he got training. Why is he acting like that? You know what I mean? In the overall idea, he's supposed to know better. He got the badge on. He's supposed to know better. So, but for the simple fact that we can empathize for individuality They can come in our neighborhood and use that as an isolated thing because you're using isolated ideas. But let them go to Sherwood. Let them go to well-ran townships. They're not doing that. They're going to immediately accept responsibility for what took place. That officer is going to be dealt with, and they're going to keep it moving. Because they don't practice that in better ran community concepts. You practicing it because we out here trying to survive. We just happy to make it out. We just happy to be a part of something. We just want some attention. A lot of y'all just want some attention. So they'll give you attention, and then you think that you own something. You think you did something. Because you got some attention. But you barely paying your bills. You barely staying afloat. But you got attention. I say attention is currency around the north side, around our parts. Anybody get a little attention? Hey, attention is king. That don't mean you finna come up. It's just all imaginary. Some of the richest people that I know don't even have a huge social media following. They don't have a huge social media following. And they'll walk right past you and nobody don't even know who they is. But you looking at the person that's broke and got all the attention. You looking at that person. You misdirected. You misdirected. A lot of y'all know the people that's got all the attention, but you don't know all the people that's getting all the money. That's taking all the money, that's really killing the community, that's really getting the big budgets, the big nonprofits. You don't know none of them people. You only know the people that's getting all the attention on social media. But you don't know the ones that's getting 100,000 of your taxpayers' dollars and not doing nothing. You can't name me 5 of them people. And Milwaukee got so many nonprofits. Milwaukee got a large amount of nonprofits and people that's in these back rooms that's getting a lot of money, and their money never hitting the streets. The money ain't even put a dent in what's going on in the streets. And you know what they brag about? This is what they brag about. You know, for the last 3 years, and I'm gonna throw this out there. For the last 3 years, we have had record homicide years in crime. Now they're saying, oh, crime is dropping, crime going down. Well, if you hit the peak, if you hit a historic peak and crime drops, that's not something to be happy about. It hit the peak. For the last 3 years, we've been hitting peak numbers in violence and crime. So if it dropped 10%, what was it before it started peaking? Those numbers are still bad. But they'll say, oh, crime went down. Well, if it was a historic year, what are the chances we're going to have back-to-back historic years in crime? So what happened was it went down, but it's still bad because the number before was historic. So stop coming around with all these statistics about crime didn't drop. Drop from what? A historic number? Even if it dropped 10% from the historic number, or 3% or 7%, it's still bad. I mean, what are the chances of a team winning back-to-back historic titles? You see the Bucks. You see what's going on with the Bucks. They trying to get back to the championship, but, you know, it's not happening like that. If you have a historic year in homicide where the numbers is just never seen, then the next year it's like a 5% drop off. It's still bad. They'll make the people in Milwaukee will come around and make crime is down from last year, from a historic year in crime. But they'll use them numbers to keep you chasing your tail, spinning around chasing your tail to make you think some progress is going on, like somebody really doing some work. No, if the statistics go down before it became historic below them numbers, like, before it start climbing up high, if it get to the regular numbers where it's steady, the average numbers, if it can go below the average numbers, that's when you're doing progress. Because that's when some work is being done. That's when some real work is being done. When the average goes down. Not the historic number where it never been seen and so many people got killed. But y'all believe in that stuff. Y'all believe in that. Y'all let these people throw anything at y'all and y'all gonna chew on it. Then these politicians got interest in raising the sales tax, and then next thing you know, y'all don't say nothing. They finna tax you. And then I didn't know that if you live in Milwaukee and you got the sales tax on you, I was like, I'm gonna go to another town to buy something. Well, if they stick your name in there, you got the area code from Milwaukee, they gonna hit you at 7%. So it don't matter where you go. Somebody texted in, it's still a fact that it went down, but it's a fact, but it's still bad. I didn't say it wasn't a fact. I said it's going to drop after a historic number. What you talking about? 5'8", 5'9", on the talk to text lines. They said it's still a fact that it's still a fact, but it's not like it's better. It's not better. It's a fact that I didn't slap nobody yesterday. That's a fact. I ain't slapped nobody yesterday. I mean, come on now. Stop it. Hey, look, when we come back, it's a story that I want to talk about. And have you ever heard of let me get this up, skip scanning? Have anybody ever heard of skip scanning? Well, skip scanning is a crime, and skip scanning is when you go to a store and you don't go through the clerk to check out, and you go to the machine, to the self checkout, and you try to steal at the scanner. That's called skip scanning. I know some of y'all that went to the self checkout and probably slid something in the bag that y'all didn't scan. 5-finger discount. But we're going to talk about this when we get back. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke. Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
June is National Homeownership Month, where we promote the benefits of home ownership and recommit to creating opportunities for future homeowners. Tune into 1017 The Truth all month long, where you will get information and resources and hear interviews promoting home ownership in our community. At the core mission of National Homeownership Month is the belief that every person deserves the chance to live with security, dignity, and hope in a place that they can call home. National Homeownership Month on 1017 The Truth is presented by Axe Housing and BMO Harris Bank.
Looking for natural health and beauty solutions? Earth Angel Studio has you covered. Our organic products nourish your body and promote overall wellness. Try our unique tea blends for a perfect balance of flavor and health benefits. Join our exclusive membership for first access to new products and services, members-only sales, and exciting prize giveaways. Our experts offer top-quality spiritual health services like yoga, meditation, and Reiki. Visit Earth Angel Studio in Milwaukee, Sherman, Phoenix for transformative health and wellness solutions.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Denise Thomas with her truth.
The term diversity, equity, and inclusion has been at the forefront of many employers over the past 20 years, and even more so amplified since the release of the murder of George Floyd's video went viral. And for many of us that work in predominantly white environments, as members of Black or brown communities or traditionally marginalized communities, it's hard to understand exactly how I fit, how I adopt, and how I demonstrate the components of diversity, equity, inclusion. And more importantly, how am I on the receiving end? This is where communication and open dialogue is so important regarding the subject matter. It cannot and should be not treated as an extracurricular activity. It is a vital component in any business growth objectives, revenue generation, and more importantly, hiring and retaining a diverse pipeline of talented individuals. Have the conversations with your leader. Have the conversations with your direct reports. Have the conversations with people who make decisions on hiring, on culture, and promoting within. This is important. It will not go away. And we need to make sure that we're having the conversation so that everyone, regardless of how they identify, is embraced and feels a sense of belonging and knows that even throughout challenges or setbacks, they belong and they can win. That is the power. That is the truth. Use your voice. It is valuable and it deserves to be heard. That's a part of equity and inclusivity demonstrated within the workplace.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth Be Told with DT and Telly weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
.101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the 1 and 2s. Hey, look, we gotta have to stay right here in Wisconsin. We're gonna go to Grafton, Wisconsin, where Kevin Deering, 41 years old, was sentenced to 12 days in jail and ordered to pay restitution for skip scanning. Now, how many times have y'all stood in the self-checkout line? Now, I ain't saying everybody, but I'm just saying, and you kind of thought about, hey, I may can get some items out of here because I'm in this self-checkout. Well, Kevin got caught, and he's an educator. This man is an educator.
Not anymore.
And he's stealing. I guess, let's listen to what took place.
Trader from Grafton, accused of skip scanning and leaving a mire with hundreds of dollars in merchandise, pleading guilty. This is 41-year-old Kevin Deering on your screen, was sentenced to 12 days in jail and ordered to pay restitution. Deering was initially charged with felony retail theft, but pleaded guilty to 2 misdemeanors. He was executive director of educational services for the Mequon-Thiensville School District at the time, a position he later resigned from. Skip scanning is when someone has multiple of the same item, but they only scan and pay for one of those items. Police say there were at least 12 crimes totaling more than $800.
Hey, look, now let me tell you something. This is a white man who's who's in the education field. You know what I mean? He was the executive director of educational service for Mequon. And then when this happened, he resigned. He immediately resigned. But at the same time, I mean, this is somebody that's supposed to have an education out here stealing. And y'all think that all the problems is just happening in the city of Milwaukee. That's not true. It's white folks feeling the pinch. He over here stealing $800, more than $800 worth of items. And he did this, they say, at least around 12 times. They say he denied it at first, but then all of a sudden they got him on video stealing the items. And these are people that's supposed to know better. So, and y'all talk about these young kids acting crazy. The adults is acting just as crazy. And I'm gonna tell you, no wonder they had a guys. You ever went to Walmart and the person standing there at the door trying to check your receipt? They say you ain't even gotta show them the receipt. They say that you don't really have to show the person that's standing there the receipt if you don't want to. You can just keep walking out. But what they do is they have like people watching the camera. It's cameras watching the self-checkout, And the person at the door got something in their ear where if they see you or they watching the area and they see you looking like you trying to take something, they'll tell that person to come over or really like hold you up so they can get the proper security there to see if you done stole something. So y'all better not take that extra item. I said, I know y'all be trying to slip something in the plastic bag, something extra. You know, put you an extra bonnet in the plastic bag, but it's called skip scamming. Skip scanning. Yeah, skip scanning. And if you get caught, you could be charged. You could be charged for this. And so don't be looking up like you all innocent, walking out the door trying to show your receipt, and you didn't put a few items in the bag that ain't supposed to be in there.
Skip. But you know what? Skip.
Hey, facts. But hey, look, when we come back, we'll be joined by Melanie Rixford with the Pop Culture Report. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. This is your Financial Empowerment Minute on the new 1017 The Truth, presented by Northwestern Mutual.
Because I got people who want to live off of $10,000 a month. And then I got people who say 4 is enough, right? Whatever it is, we want to make sure that, again, you have a plan and you know what it's going to take to get there. What resources do you have? Is it a 401k? Do you have a pension? Do you have, stocks or, outside money? How are we going to fund it, right? Because that's a big thing, too. A lot of people think, okay, well, I'm just going to dump money into my 401k and build it as long as I can, and then I'll be set. But taking money out and distributing it the right way is 10 times more important than accumulating it, because you got to think about the taxes. You got to think about a lot of other things.
Tune into The Truth every month for our financial empowerment interviews with Northwestern Mutual. This is the new 1017 The Truth Milwaukee Public School Athletic Alumni Spotlight.
Marcus Landry, Milwaukee-born, became a small forward for the NBA's New York Knicks in 2009. But before Marcus would live out his dreams, he would first have to create them. Marcus began his career at Harold Vincent High School. After graduation, Marcus left Milwaukee and traveled to the University of Wisconsin. Marcus' senior year in college would be his best year. He ended his college career with 1,114 points. This put a spotlight on Marcus, and in 2009 he was drafted by the New York Knicks. Marcus would play for the next 10 years for teams all across the globe. He accomplished being a Korean All-Star, an Italian League MVP, and an NBA D-League All-Star. Marcus Landry, always a Vincent Viking, and always MPS proud.
This has been your Milwaukee Public School Athletic Alumni Spotlight, presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
On the Rocks Premium Cocktails offer modern twists on the classic cocktails. Developed by award-winning mixologists, the On the Rocks cocktails combine premium spirits and natural ingredients. Wherever you are, On the Rocks Premium Cocktails give you the convenience of bar-quality cocktails created with brands that you know and trust, like the Effin' Cosmopolitan and Hornitos Margarita. Pour over ice and enjoy. Please drink responsibly. On the Rocks ready-to-serve cocktails, 20 to 35% alcohol by volume.
Keeping you informed and up to date on the legislation which will impact you the most.
So right now, we do not have the 2/3 vote necessary to pass the sales tax increase for Milwaukee. If it does pass, we are still in deep financial trouble, and we have all of these strings attached to this legislation. So like I did yesterday, I'm going to do again today and tomorrow until the cows come home. I want you to call your Milwaukee Common Council member and tell them that you are not in favor of this proposal that has far too many negative strings attached to Milwaukee, that includes a sales tax increase that doesn't even get us out of debt. In fact, if they vote for this, we will have to go back to this same Republican-controlled legislature and ask for more money, and then the strings will be even more severe than they are right now. This thing cannot pass. It cannot.
Stream the award-winning 1017 The Truth every day by downloading the Truth app and on all your favorite streaming platforms.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Greg Matzik. Following a day off, the Brewers begin a 3-game series against the first-place Pirates tonight at American Family Field. Milwaukee trails Pittsburgh by 1/2 game for first place in the NL Central. Coverage gets underway following the 6 o'clock news on WTMJ. Less than a week until the NBA draft, the Bucks own just one selection, number 58 overall, the final pick in the 2-round event. And the Packers are off until the end of July when training camp begins. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur hopeful to have linebacker Rashawn Gary back at some point before the regular season.
He is a game wrecker, a guy that significantly impact whether you're winning or losing. I just love his approach, his work ethic.
Day 1 of training camp practice is scheduled for July 26th. This sports update presented by Associated Bank, proudly supporting our hometown teams. Member FDIC.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. It's time to see what's poppin' with Melanie Ricks.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Joining me in studio with the Pop Culture Report, Melanie Ricks.
What's really good?
In the building.
How you doing?
Hey. I'm ready for Juneteenth.
I am too. I'm excited for it. It'll be fun. I
Hey.
hope the weather's nice. It's supposed to be.
I'm hoping it's nice. I heard it was going to be around 70.
Okay, I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Yeah. So, Ja Morant's punishment, if you will, has officially been decided. 25-game suspension. Adam Silver announced this morning. And Ja Morant, he accepted, full responsibility, accountability for his actions. That means that the NBA star should hopefully return to the court by December. But it does mean that he is suspended from all team activities, including preseason, and we won't see him touch the court before December. How do you feel about that? And do you feel like it's worthy?
I think that maybe he can reflect. Maybe this gives him time to reflect.
For sure.
On what caused him to get in this situation.
Man.
Hopefully this is good enough, because I think if something else happens again, we may not see this young man anymore.
And I really don't even want to think about that, because he's too talented.
And like I said, when you get a suspension like this, if this doesn't wake you up,
I don't know what can.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What can actually wake him up.
Right. I agree.
And Lil Wayne tried to reach out.
A lot of people did, but really I didn't know about that.
It was Lil Wayne reached out to Skip Bayless.
Oh, I did hear about that.
And then they never returned any answers.
So I've heard that from a few different celebrities.
Right.
I don't know how much Ja really wants to hear it, if you will,
right,
from other people right now. I think he needs to figure things out on his own. Or not necessarily his own, but I think he needs his team of professionals.
Does he have a team of professionals?
He better. At this point,
you would think after the first incident, those professionals would have. Are we assuming that he has a team of people around him?
Or
are we imagining this?
I hope he does.
Okay, because
he needs.
Lil Wayne have been to jail. He went to Rikers.
Mm-hmm.
He had a promising idea of a career.
And he came back.
And he came back, but
Yes,
he messed it up. Messed up certain things. But what I'm saying,
because of his drug consumption.
Right, but who's better to try to talk to him, and that is more relatable
I hear you.
than Wayne?
I hear you. You know what? Ja has to want to be talked to.
Right.
Because, let's just be really honest here. Would you, if you were in this situation, put yourself in Ja's shoes, do you think you'd be able to accept some wisdom from Wayne right now?
Look, if anybody can understand the culture and what's happening out here on these streets, and has money just like Ja does, it's Lil Wayne.
But do young black men in particular at that age, do y'all want to be talked to from others.
Of course,
you do.
You do
want
need
that
the guidance. Yeah,
You
of
want
course.
that.
I
Okay.
mean, I don't know. I mean, many times.
Is pride going to get in his way? Is what I'm really asking.
Well, it sounds like it's something going on because he haven't reached back to not only Lil Wayne but other people who have probably reached
Do you
out.
think these messages are getting to him though? Could the team be blocking these messages?
They could be because I'm gonna tell you this: most people gonna come in there, and his team may be afraid that somebody may come in there and be like, "Get rid of all these people," because they're killing your brand. It needs to be revamped.
Yeah,
and letting somebody from the outside come in, and the situation, they may feel that that person may direct Ja to clean house.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good way of looking at it. So
I'm not letting you here come to stop my check.
No, absolutely not. What kind of damage control do you think needs to be done? Because Ben said something earlier, and I actually like the idea. He said it'd be nice if Ja teamed up with Marvel and had like a feature in a movie or something. And he said like maybe a Spider-Man movie where it's the whole with great what is the quote from Uncle Ben? With great
power
comes great responsibility. I couldn't remember what the P word was. But yeah, so he was basically saying like, what if Ja goes onto one of, those type of movies or platforms in general and does something that's more aimed toward kids, and it's like almost his like tongue-in-cheek way of accepting responsibility while also teaching kids about the responsibilities and the consequences that come from your actions. So I'm asking you, going along that vein, what kind of damage control do you think Ja needs to do? Because obviously it's more than just a suspension. He needs to do other things.
It's hitting them in the wallet right now.
$12 million.
So what I'm saying is that's a lot of money. So if that don't turn things around, you know what I mean? If that kind of level of restrictions and the fact that you can't do something that's generating your wealth, if you can't change from that, if he comes back from this and something else happens, I hate to even think that this man may not be in the NBA.
I don't want to think about it. I can't.
I mean, but this is where this suspension is headed to me when I see stuff like this.
Well, of course. Yeah, I agree. It's too soon to ask. And to be honest, Tori, like it puts like a pit in my stomach because I can't imagine him messing up again. You know what I mean?
And it's sad to think that somebody would be in this position
at all.
It's somebody that we really like to see play basketball.
Absolutely. Come on now.
But the harsh reality is he is in this position.
Yeah, and he put himself
right
there. Nobody else did.
And he's hanging out with people many times may not be looking out for his best interests.
Is he clearing house with his friend group? Does he need to clear
I
house?
think that I saw where the guy who took that last video,
which
I heard that he unfriended him on Instagram or something like that.
And I do understand.
I don't know what's going on deeper beyond what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't clean house and regroup, rethink, and reshape himself, I don't know what else they're gonna do if something else happens. This is a severe suspension.
Well, it was a severe thing that he did.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel bad for him, only because he is human, and I do understand that he technically did not break any laws, but it's obviously the picture is so much bigger than that. And there's a lot more to consider. And again, it's the whole like brand thing. It's the whole sponsorship deals thing. And it's obviously the NBA has done. I mean, my God, the amount of rehabbing the NBA image has had to do just in the last couple of decades. I mean, Tori, we talked about it. They had a dress code 20 years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the NBA has tried so hard to build up the image that they currently have. And so for Ja to come in and be a stereotype, I hate to say it, but he came in being a stereotype, acting like a stereotype. But it's like, for what? The person or the character you're trying to portray, those real
What, like a stereotype of a thug?
Of a thug, correct.
Yeah, that thug
and
stereotype.
And those same thugs who you trying to pretend like you are, they want to be you. They would give anything to have your mansion and your money and your cars and play in the NBA. Like, they play pickup ball for fun. You play pickup for a check. And you're going to ruin that? But I don't think he's thinking about all of that. So he needs a team around him that is giving him almost like, Tori, it's like when you go to therapy and they give you coping mechanisms for when you get like stressed or anxious or whatever. He needs somebody in his ear that's like giving him these like coping mechanisms, or just like something where he like is, it's like a reminder to him, like, okay, before I decide to do this, what can come of it? You know what I mean? But I don't think his brain is there. Or maybe it is now.
I'm gonna tell you this: his team, the indication that when they said that the gun was a toy, it gave me vibes like this team that he has is trying to do everything but accept the responsibility for his behavior.
And Adam Silver made note of that, and he said they investigated, and it was a real firearm. It was
Right.
not. It was not a.
So, like I said, like how serious is the people around him?
Yeah.
Are they trying to cover up things? Yes.
Do you blame them?
Really, everybody's going to try to defend themselves. So I don't blame nobody for trying to defend themselves. It's America. But what I'm saying, the harsh reality is, if you let somebody from the outside into the circle that doesn't have any attachments to the people in the circle, they're going to tell him to clean house.
For sure.
Because that's what I would tell him.
He needs to. And this is the thing, like, I mean, I'm sure that these dudes are great friends to you in some regard, and I'm sure a lot of them are day ones, but Ja, okay, so real quick, I want to go back to what you said about him unfriending his friend on IG. The only problem I have with that, I believe that Ja was the one on his own accord who pulled that gun out, who decided to one-up the friend who was flashing the gun, sign with his hand. He wanted to one-up him, pull out his own pistol. So my only issue was, okay, Ja, but the friend, it's not like he saw you holding the gun and like put the camera on.
Right.
The friend didn't even know the gun was out until he whipped it, or not whipped it, but like,
But
flashed
he still got the blame for it.
Of course he did. But my point, Tori, even though I was frustrated with that, I actually still understand it, because it's like maybe those friends bring out a different side of Ja, and maybe he realizes I just don't need to keep company
And maybe
with
he's
them.
living in an environment where he needs a gun. I mean, he could be. You don't see any security around him. I don't.
Tori, security blends in. Ja
Okay.
Morant has security.
Okay, so
trust
you
me.
saying there was security in that car?
In that car, no.
Okay, so where was he at the time?
I don't know. It looked
Okay,
like he
so
was
what I'm
just
saying,
driving
it
through the
doesn't
streets
look
of
like.
Memphis.
Like I said, it doesn't look like he. Well, I don't know if it was security there, but from the video, it's just a bunch of him and his friends
Right.
riding around.
Why would he need security in that instance?
Because these people ain't professional. Like, he's the star.
Yeah.
And are you going to truly trust people you hang out with to really protect your life?
So you think Ja Morant is at a point where he needs 24/7 security?
He could be. Okay, let me tell you this. He could be paranoid in certain situations. I'll say that.
Okay. And I hear what you're saying. I understand that. And by the way, I'm all for conceal and carry. I just want to be clear about that. I don't have anything.
I mean,
wrong
and
with
look what happened to Young Dolph.
Yeah, in Memphis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it's a paranoia.
Of course.
In certain situations when
gun crime is horrible
right.
in Memphis. I
Okay,
hear
so
you.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking that maybe he feels I need to have something.
And that's fine. But Tori, the only thing against your argument is then why y'all kicking it cool and, playing the music blasting and you waving the gun dancing. You ain't securing yourself. That's
Come on
not
now.
secure.
Now common sense ain't always common. I ain't
I
saying
know
that.
it. No, I know,
But it's
but
a
I'm
lot of
just
people
saying.
do it with a lot of wild. I was, before you came in here, it was a educator out of Mequon that was stealing groceries. So you would think that this, as a teacher, they up here stealing groceries.
But my point is,
I'm just saying, people do dumb stuff.
No, I know. But my point is, while I do understand your argument, it's hard for me to fully believe that Ja thinks that he needs 24/7 security.
Why wouldn't he? He's a millionaire. I know people that's paranoid that ain't got $20 in their pocket.
You know why?
And hold on, I know some people that think the government is listening to their conversation.
Oh, they are.
And they don't do nothing but play video games all day.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's paranoia is out there, but let's say you really had money. You really had millions. You really got it like that. And you out just in an area, Memphis, where violence is prevalent, and you out there with your buddies. Hey, before I get the strap.
The only reason why I don't think that Ja fully thinks that way, Tori,
Okay.
is because if he did, he wouldn't even be in this situation. Because I don't think he sees himself as the way that you are saying. I know he's that. I hear what you're
And
saying.
you can,
I agree with
what's
you,
a gap?
but I don't think he views
hold on,
himself that
all right,
way.
so you saying that you said it.
I think he thinks he's
hold on.
regular.
All right, well, think about it. You said that he was kind of perpetuating some stereotypes, right?
Yeah.
And then you said, in particularly, the thug stereotype.
Yeah.
Okay, what's a thug without a pistol?
What does that have to do with this?
Because if you thugging, you gonna have a pistol.
Okay.
He had a pistol.
No, I know. It's a stereotype that he's perpetuating.
So what I'm saying is, in that idealism, you got to have a pistol.
No, I know.
So he had one. Now, why is he flashing it?
Exactly.
That's the dumb side. That's the uncommon sense side.
Exactly.
After a situation that you had in Denver, you know what I mean? I don't know why that in particular, where his mind slipped to where he feel like he could have did it again, knowing that his friend was recording it.
Well, and that's my point.
He saw the camera. Why would you do that? And you see the
Because
camera?
he clearly doesn't view himself as Ja Morant. The Ja that you described, Tori, the Ja that needs 24/7 security, who is a superstar, who is a mega millionaire living in Memphis, he is not that in his mind. Because if he was, he would not have been doing what he was
I'm hearing
doing.
some people say he just need to get out of Memphis and get a different surrounding.
I don't think it's just Memphis, it's him. Because I know some people who do bad things in some real normal cities. I'm just saying. It don't
Right.
matter. That's him. He brought that to Memphis. That Memphis didn't do that to him. That's him. Don't blame that on anybody else.
But I
get it. I hear what you're
I heard
saying. It's Memphis culture.
It's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when Ja do it.
It's the problem when anybody do it.
No, it was legal.
But Tori,
He wasn't breaking the law.
But we're not talking about that.
Okay,
We've
so
already squashed
what
that.
I'm saying
We've
is
already
the
squashed
image,
that.
the way that he.
But Tori,
being
he is
stereotypical.
representing things that are bigger than him.
And I said that. That's what I'm saying is he's gonna have to clear house.
So if a kid sees a gun and starts waving it and playing with it, and then it goes off, but saw
that
Ja
happens
doing
all the
it,
time.
and I get you, but he saw Ja doing it. That's part of the ripple. That's the domino
Well,
effect. It ain't got nothing to do with the law.
I'm not defending him in
No, I
no
know
way.
you're not, but
what
I'm
I'm
just
saying
saying.
is, I think it was irresponsible due to the fact that he does have all those eyes on him anyway, and he recognized that his friend had the cell phone. All I'm saying is, you're only gonna act like the top 5 friends that surround you.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on in this circle. They allowing this to happen.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, he needs to change his environment. And sure, maybe it is Memphis. Maybe there are certain people in Memphis that he doesn't need to be around. No matter what, things need to change. And it has to start from within. And, I think that he's hopefully learned a true lesson this time. I really do believe that, because this is severe. It at 25 games. December, $12 million. Tori,
Like
that's,
I said,
that's
and
crazy.
I'm hearing he losing endorsements too.
Yes, he is. It's rough, but he'll learn from it, and I think he'll bounce back. I do.
I hope that he takes this time to just kind of redo a lot of things.
I agree.
Because maybe he came into the league with a lot of this, and maybe now is the time to correct a lot of it.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more Pop Culture Report. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Summerfest is back, and the new 1017 The Truth has got you covered with front row access wristbands to your favorite shows. Tune in to the Tory Lowe Show this week. I will be giving away a pair of wristbands and general admission tickets to see NLE Choppa at Summerfest on Saturday, June 24th. Make sure you tune in to 1017 The Truth from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. so you don't miss your chance to see NLE Choppa up close and personal during Milwaukee's biggest summer party on the lake. Summerfest is presented by our founding partner, American Family Insurance.
This is your Axe Housing Home Buying Tip of the Week with D. Kemp. D, can anyone own their home?
Absolutely. If you have the will, we have the way at Axe Housing. So start today, go to our website, axehousing.org, and complete the virtual orientation. There's no reason that if you want to be a homeowner that you can't be a homeowner. It's just about taking the steps and finding the people and places who want to support you in that effort. If you have steady income, if you're renting, paying anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 a month, there is absolutely no reason you cannot be a homeowner. There's nothing wrong with renting, but understand you have a choice. If you want to be a homeowner, there are people in places who want to help you achieve that goal. All you need to do is go to axhousing.org and start the virtual orientation, and we are ready to put a team of professionals around you to help you reach your goal of home ownership.
Injured at work, unable to work due to health problems, or denied VA benefits you are entitled to? Last year, Tayback Law helped return over $42 million in wrongfully denied benefits to the people in our communities. Tayback Law celebrates Juneteenth by bringing its message to the award-winning 1017 The Truth. The team is thrilled to see Milwaukee achieve this exciting award-winning outlet for speaking truth to power, and Tayback Law is always ready to fight for you. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. No matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto coverage at the right price. You'll also save up to 23% when you bundle auto with home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Miller High Life. Always flavorful, always refreshing, always at the right price. The champagne of beers. Welcome to the High Life. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. It's time to see what's poppin' with Melanie Ricks.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Melanie Ricks.
What's really good?
What's poppin'?
So
what's that?
This is I came across this story today, and it surprised me. I'm very happy though that he's been so open and willing to share. So former Buck, longtime NBA player Tony Snell, he opened up recently, and he said that he was not too long ago diagnosed with autism at the age of 31. So he shared the news on the Today Show today, and he said that his son's own diagnosis is actually what gave him the courage to get checked out as well. So turns out, he said that basically the signs were there throughout his life. He said he was often independent and alone, and he struggled to connect with people on a personal level. He said, quote, "I was not surprised because I always felt different. I was just relieved, like, oh, this is why I am the way I am. And it just made my whole life, everything about my life, make so much more sense." He said it was like putting on 3D glasses, like it gave him a lot of clarity about his life and why he was the way he was. But this is what I found most interesting, Tori. He said that he believes if he knew about his diagnosis earlier, he would not have been in the NBA, because he thinks that people would have put a limit or a cap on his abilities because of his autism. So he's, in a sense, thankful that he didn't receive the diagnosis until this point in his life. But he's 31 years old. And by the way, he still plays. He's in the G League. He plays for the Maine Celtics, so the Boston Celtics G League team. But he said he wants to use this journey to be a role model and inspire others, especially his son.
Well, I'll say this. He's a professional athlete. He haven't been examined before?
No. So
it was only physical.
Yes.
It wasn't mental.
So I'm going to be really honest. I actually don't know what the tests are
Right.
for autism. I have no idea. But he said that they went to get his son checked because his son was exhibiting signs of autism.
Mhm.
And so his son was diagnosed, And then because of his son's diagnosis, it told him I should go get checked because I see a lot of that in myself.
So you got to go specifically to do that type of test.
I believe, but then I also believe if a doctor notices, like, when you take your kid to the pediatrician when they're younger, because a lot of autism diagnoses, they happen when a kid is much younger. I know of kids who are between the ages like 2 and 7 and get diagnosed. It's a very normal thing. So I think oftentimes it's a pediatrician who diagnoses. But in this case, perhaps because Tony's 31, so he's my age. He was born in 91. Especially in the black community, I don't believe we were really checking for autism like that in the 90s. I'll just put it that way.
Because you got to be specific.
You do have to be specific, yes. And I think that he probably isn't on the severe side of it, you know what I mean, on the spectrum, if you will. He probably is a very high-functioning autistic individual, which is also extremely common, of course. And again, I just want to give kudos and praise to Tony Snell for being so open and transparent about it. I think it's absolutely commendable. I'm sure it was scary for him to, receive this diagnosis, especially for his son. But again, he said it's a huge relief. He said it provided a lot of clarity and it came as no shock to him. So I'm just happy for him that he got that.
Wow. Hey, look, that's something that, I would love for him to come on our show.
Wouldn't that be dope?
That'll be dope.
To talk about more.
it.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. Maybe we can make that happen.
Okay.
We'll see.
Hey, thank you for that Pop Culture Report, Melanie Riggs.
Thanks for having me.
Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The award-winning 101.7 The Truth is proud to celebrate Milwaukee's 52nd annual Juneteenth celebration. Our Truth Street team will be in full effect as we will be riding clean in our Truth vehicle during the parade, and we will be handing out Truth swag to all who come by and say hi to their favorite award-winning hosts. 101.7 The Truth Street team at Juneteenth is sponsored by UW Credit Union, here for every you.
Be sure to tune in to The Truth on Saturday, May 17th at 10 a.m. for Men Making Health a Priority, presented by All of Us Milwaukee at the Center for Community Engagement and Health Partnerships. I'll be joined by Dr. Bashir Easter and Dr. Alonzo Walker. We talk about Dr. Walker's experience in the program and representing the program as a medical doctor. Listen for details on how to join them on Juneteenth Day. So be sure to listen. Men Making Health Priority, 10 a.m. this Saturday, presented by All of Us Milwaukee and the new 101.7 The Truth.
The next disaster is coming. The time to get ready is now. Make a plan. Identify meetup locations and people you'll need to contact. Put your contact list in your wallet, on your phone, and somewhere visible in your home. Build a kit. Store enough food and water for 3 days. Don't forget your pets. And consider buying a pre-made kit. Keep at least 7 days of medication on hand. Work with your pharmacist and insurance company to secure the extra doses. Make copies of important documents. Keep them on your phone, in the cloud, or on a USB stick. Stay informed. Learn about local hazards. Take courses in CPR and first aid. And sign up for local alert systems. An early warning can give you the time you need to prepare for a fast-moving disaster. Be ready. Learn more at americares.org/send-us-in.
We need each other, now more than ever, because every someone needs someone else.
We need each other, because when we work together, we can do so much more.
When we work together, we connect more children with what they need to grow up healthy, educated, and safe. And that's what Child Fund is all about.
Together, we co-create, support, and sustain connections that lead to greater well-being for millions of children facing poverty.
Which also benefits their families, their communities, their countries, and you.
Because when you make someone's world better, you make everyone's world better.
Child Fund. Because we need each other.
To learn how Child Fund works with children in 24 countries to achieve their full potential, visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
You are listening to the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations. 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 101.7 The Truth News Update.
Hi, everyone. I'm Melanie Riggs with your news update. The city of Glendale has unveiled the 2023 lineup for its 30th annual Music in the Glen. This free outdoor summer concert series starts on Wednesday, June 21st and goes until August 2nd. Performances are scheduled on select Wednesdays from 6:30 to 8 p.m. at Richard E. Maslowski Community Park, according to a press release that was issued yesterday. Those planning to attend are encouraged to bring lawn chairs and blankets, but concessions will be available on site at the Sprecher Oasis. The park also has a playground and indoor restroom facilities. For further details, you can visit musicintheglen.org. Deputies with the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office arrested 7 people and recovered multiple stolen vehicles and 5 handguns during several incidents Wednesday and Thursday. The Sheriff's Office shared a news release on Thursday night addressing all the incidents while also providing statistics for stolen vehicles and gun recoveries so far this year. According to the Sheriff's Office, as of June 8th, 52 stolen cars were recovered in Milwaukee County compared to 29 on the same date last year. 188 firearms have been recovered compared to 141 last year. All of those numbers are from before this past week's incidents.
This was the news update on 1017 The Truth. The Tori Lowe Show continues next here on the new 1017 The Truth.
We need each other.
That's facts.
I need my sisters. I need my brothers out here.
A coward dies 1,000 deaths, and for all the bootlickers, may you die 1,001.
The place for the realest conversations.
Tori Lowe want all the action, or you want all the smoke? I'm with all that smoke too, man.
I didn't see Ron Johnson. He trash. Chisholm is trash. How the hell you here to help us and your kids are dying in the street?
I understand that this is Milwaukee and everybody believes that if someone say something, it's snitching. It's not.
I don't care if it's the pastor. If you see the pastor ain't acting right, you check that fool. Where's the results?
Talking topics that need to be highlighted and discussed in our communities.
Would you trade places with a black person?
Sure, no, I would not.
Have you ever said the N-word? Come on, be the truth. We on the truth.
Unfiltered and unfazed. This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth and the Truth app.
The reason I believe that racism is getting worse is because whites know that they will be outnumbered in about 20, 21 years. They're going to be outnumbered.
Hey, Tori, man. How are you doing, brother? I'm actually from India. We brown people can totally relate with you. Sometimes it's like, did that just happen to me?
We have to not let the government mind us either.
That cop ain't never been brought to the public because he ain't normal, and he may not even exist no more.
Say no more. Release the video.
You know, you keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're going to take over this talk radio, man. Just keep on focusing on what you're focusing on. I wish you a lot of love.
God bless you, brother.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Tori Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tori Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tori Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tori Lowe. Tori Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio downtown at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Welcome to the second hour of the Tori Lowe Show this Friday, June 16, 2023. And we got guests. We got a story, a tragic story from the south side of Milwaukee. Woman found dead in the alley near 12th and Mineral. The Milwaukee County Medical Examiner Office identified the victim as Elizabeth Rocha, 33 years old. We have our family in the studio with me right now to discuss what's going on. Nobody has been found to be the person responsible for the situation, and the family is seeking justice. But let's listen to what took place near 12th and Mineral.
Right now at 5, a shocking discovery just steps from an elementary school.
That's where a woman was found dead in an alley, and now police are working to figure out who she is.
Julia Fellow has more details on a Jane Doe murder investigation.
The family that lives here tells me at about 2:30 this morning they heard a loud bang on their front door. It was police trying to make sure that the woman who lives inside with her family was okay, because she matched the description of a woman that was found dead in the alley right here in front of their garage door.
They wanted to make sure that they could see me breathing and alive because I fit the description of the Hispanic woman that they found. Woman in her 30s, on the heavy side.
Are we able to walk and go by your garage? The woman named Yelena did not want us to show her face.
I feel terrified because it's literally in my backyard.
In fear that whoever did this under the cover of darkness near 12th and Mineral is still on the loose.
There's the syringes that they used, and there's a shoe right there. I don't know where that came from.
Milwaukee police would only confirm with us a woman who appears to be in her 30s was found dead in this alley. We saw investigators there last night with strobes pointed at us as they investigated. The medical examiner is still working to identify her, but confirm they consider this a homicide.
How she, if she was shot, they didn't say any of that. They just said that she was found deceased. And they were just like, do you know anyone who fits the description over here? Which there's, a couple neighbors that did fit the description.
Police are hoping anyone who saw something calls Crime Stoppers. You can scan the QR code on your screen to learn more. In the meantime, she is counting her blessings. Her family was not back here when this happened.
We're always outside in my backyard with my children and our dog.
Reporting at 12th and Mineral.
It's time to move.
Julia Fellow, TMJ4 News.
Salute to TMJ4 News for doing some coverage on this. We have the family in the studio with me. The family reached out. The family says that no one is in custody for the death of Elizabeth Rocha, and they need the community to come forward because they need answers. We have Reggie Leslie in the building. Who are you to the victim?
Best friend, kid's father of Elizabeth Rocha. Known her my whole life, know her family my whole life. And the whole scenario just happened out of nowhere. And that's why we're here right now. We have no answers whatsoever. Police not even interviewing anybody, not even reaching out to the family. Once again, like you mentioned, it's a tragic situation. Elizabeth's life was lost the same day as her father, once her father found out that she passed. So it was a tragic turn of events, and not only am I planning out funeral arrangements, but also trying to seek justice, and police are not even helping out whatsoever.
Now, from what I'm seeing is that this happened on 12th and Mineral. She was in an alley by herself. Somebody left her body there, obviously. Something happened.
Definitely.
And when you found out the news, her father was still alive.
Yes, her father was the one that called my mother, and my mother called me. And and then as soon as my mother called me, told me about it, I called her father, Felipe, and I met him ASAP.
And Felipe is no longer here.
He's no longer here. No.
So he died within a day of hearing the news.
Not even a day. I mean, literally less than 6 hours.
How did he pass?
He passed away in his sleep. It's from what it sounds like, because I did see him that night, and of course he was coping. When I saw him, he was drinking a little bit. He's coping. He just lost his daughter, and just 3 years ago, he lost his wife towards COVID, and his daughter was literally his last. Also, his grandchildren was the last of his people here, and he just lost his daughter, so he was drinking. And long story short, I had to get out of there. I'm like, yo, I got to go get my youngest daughter, which is his granddaughter, and take her to school. I don't want her knowing about her mom passing. And my last words was to him, like, hey, man, you the strongest man I ever knew. And literally after I picked up my daughter who's here with me right now, on my way back, her family called me like, hey, Felipe's not waking up out of his sleep. He's unresponsive. And when I got there, which was much later on, because I had to take care of my kids and letting them know that their mom just passed away, and now their grandfather just passed away. But
oh, wow.
Yeah.
So the family not only had one incident where there's no suspect, the mom, the dad, his daughter, he heard news his daughter had been killed.
Yes.
And he eventually died in his sleep that night.
Oh, yeah. The man was going for a broken heart. I mean, granted, he didn't have the best health condition. He was going through diabetes and a couple other things. But, I mean, that was just like the last straw, I mean, for him, because he's a tough dude. I mean, there was no, like, I wouldn't say there's some foul play, somebody did anything to her dad. But I just believe in my heart that, you know, it was too much for him because he fell asleep and he was already drinking that day. The diabetes, things didn't add up.
And then, so the mom died during COVID.
Yes, so Elizabeth Rocha's mom died during COVID in 2020. In the same month also, all in June. All these deaths happened all in June.
Okay, so now this is a whole family here.
Yes, yes.
And these are Hispanics?
Yeah, my daughter, half Mexican.
Mexican.
Yes.
So Elizabeth, her dad.
Yep, all Mexican.
And these are Mexican people, residents that live on the south side.
Yep. Raised me.
Wow.
I helped raise me. I raised them. I've been around the whole life.
Now, Reggie, you and Elizabeth have children.
Yes.
And we have one of the daughters in the studio with us. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Eva Lise. I'm a mom's firstborn daughter. I heard about my mom's passing through my grandpa. He called me at around 5 a.m. and
go ahead, baby. You got
Wow.
it, baby.
Well, like I said, it's a very difficult situation right now. Truth Nation, we are in the building with the family of Elizabeth Rocha. She was found recently on the south side near 12th and Mineral. Police think that it's a homicide.
Yes. That was the first reporting that they ever had on there. It was ruled as a homicide. And I finally saw her body yesterday at the funeral home, and you could definitely see there was a fight going on with the trauma to the body. There's trauma on her head, trauma on her forehead, top of her head, left side of her chest, also on her forearm and her hand. And once again, police.
Has anybody from the community reached out to help with the situation? Have you gotten any services?
No. That's why we came here to the Truth today, to get some help, because it's as much as we watch movies thinking superheroes, people want to come out and reach out and ask questions. That's not happening whatsoever. And it's unfortunate, but we're the ones out here trying to get some answers. And
so you telling me a mother with children,
yes,
found in the alley, police are ruling this a homicide, and nobody has came to the family, offered any type of counseling or any type of services? Or
not one person. And I've been visiting the police station each day, and I think we showed that video to you before, but it wasn't pleasant, like welcoming. I mean, I had one officer who was, I'm not gonna get into that subject, but he understood the situation, but his hands was limited. He was like, hey, it's up to the homicide detectives. When they reach out to you, they reach out to you.
Okay,
and they
so
never reached out to me.
When it comes to your family, how has this affected your children? Because we have the daughter in the building. When you're talking about the loss of a mother, and not only now you have to take care of these children on your own. When you're going through this process, how are you managing right now, Reggie?
Honestly, I don't want to toot my own horn. Raised Milwaukee my whole life. My dad, Lisa's father, Felipe, those some hard dudes. And I just feel like God honestly got me on a new journey, a new test, because I knew how to cope with pain. I've been through a lot of stuff in my life. But not to toot my horn or anything like that, but this is a strike to the heart, like, honest to God. Like, when I go through, like, because I'm planning a funeral out, so I'm sorry, let me get closer to the mic. I'm planning a funeral out, so I'm going through photos, and it's just like a blow to the chest each time, like, and I can't provide, obviously, that mother love that these girls are used to. I mean, that's a whole different, I don't have the genetics and nothing like that to get those girls. So, if there's nothing else I can do but just do my job and do what I got to do, I can't sit here and cry all day. But these girls deserve an answer. What happened to their mother? That is not that's beyond unacceptable.
All right. Well, look, we're going to run the break. And when we come back, there's an event that's happening on the South Side near 12th and Mineral that we're going to talk about that's happening today at 5 p.m. And Truth Nation, if you can get out there today near 12th and Mineral at 5 p.m., we're going to be out there in the neighborhood. We're going to talk about it when we get back. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Y'all know what it is, Truth Nation. Your girl Noni Juice
and your boy Benjamin
had a very special guest join 101.7 The Truth.
We're talking about the incredible Lil Russell!
So make sure you listen to us discuss building an artist brand and how Lil Russell's path could be the blueprint for all aspiring artists to follow.
Tap in on Monday, Juneteenth Day at 3 p.m. for all the gems discussed with Lil Russell, or download the app so you can listen to the interview forever.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
Hello, I'm Tony Evers, the Governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. It's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured, we're here to help. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. Call 833-WIS-VRAP. That's 833-947-8727. or visit vrapwi.com. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
It's one of the most critically acclaimed superhero films of all time and features an Oscar and Grammy-winning soundtrack. And now you can experience Marvel Studios' Black Panther in a whole new way with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra as they perform Ludwig Göransson's score live to picture at the Bradley Symphony Center June 23rd through the 25th. Visit mso.org right now to reserve your best seats or call the box office at 414-291-7605. Follow T'Challa's epic journey as he clashes against Killmonger for both peace and his rightful place on Wakanda's throne, all while surrounded by the gorgeous beauty of a former movie palace. Marvel Studios' Black Panther Score with Film runs June 23rd through the 25th only. Call for tickets 414-291-7605 or visit mso.org.
Educators Credit Union is dedicated to celebrating the cultures, heritages, nationalities, ethnicities, and languages of their members and employees. To honor this diversity, Educators Credit Union recognizes the achievements, culture, and histories of different communities all year. This month, Educators Credit Union is proud to celebrate Juneteenth and honor this historic day. To learn more about Educators Credit Union, visit ECU.com. Membership is open to anyone who lives or works in southeastern Wisconsin. Federally insured by NCUA.
More of The Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Uh-huh. 1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the 1 and 2s. We got guests in the studio. We got the family of Elizabeth Rocha, 33-year-old victim of violence. This happened on the south side near 12th and Mineral. The family will be having a gathering today at 5 p.m. near 12th and Mineral. And we're going to be canvassing the neighborhood, talking to the neighbors, handing out flyers, and also a small bloom release. Why is this important? for the community to understand that we need to get justice for Elizabeth?
I feel like it's very important. She was a mother of two, and that's an ongoing thing that I've been seeing in Milwaukee. A lot of young mothers losing their lives and their murders going unsolved. I mean, this is a community outrage. This is not just, it's not just because this happened to us. This is happening to more than just us.
And once again, we have Reggie Nichelle and her daughter, Evelise Rocha. So the thing is, when we talk about the community coming together since this happened, when I was talking to y'all earlier, you said that y'all was reaching out to different media outlets to try to get the message. Have y'all had any success?
Well, today I made contact with someone from Fox 6 that wants to do an interview tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty much the most, besides connecting with you, that's the most we've gotten within going on 2 weeks.
Wow.
And so it's not been too much progress.
Wow.
I even reached out to the people who reported the story, and they said, we'll get back to you. And that was yesterday and again today.
We have Elizabeth Rocha's daughter, Evelise Rocha. What type of person was your mother?
My mom was very loving, caring, nurturing. She was very comfortable, very outspoken. She was someone robbed my mother. Someone robbed my mother's life, and there's no urge for justice.
So you want justice for your mother?
Yes.
What do you need from the community right now? What does this family need from the community? What do you want the community to do to help this family?
I think we want her face to be seen. We want people to know, and we don't want this just getting swiped under the rug and she's another cold case. I mean, she was a mother, she was a best friend, she was a daughter, she was a human, and we want people to see, like, we don't want to just let go of this. We want justice, and we're not going to give up until we get it.
Was she hanging out with any group of people? Was there someone close to her that may have she had been around? Are you hearing anything?
Well, the information we were hearing was so misleading, on and off. We felt like we together feel like we have some things that can help us, but we just haven't been able to give the information to the police. That's the whole part holding us back. Like, we have things that we feel can help her case, but no one's hearing our voices.
Have anybody reached out to Crime Stoppers?
Crime Stoppers was a horrible situation. We were calling back to back, getting hung up on, getting told.
What you mean get hung up on? I mean, to leave tips? They say call if you have tips, right?
Someone was acting like they couldn't hear. We finally, the third call, got through, got put on hold for about 17 minutes, got back on the phone, got told to hold because someone's ahead of us, even though we were pleading to be heard, asking to talk to anyone available. The reference that was told to us exactly was, I don't have time to hear what you're saying. I can't listen to what you're saying.
Hold on, wait a minute. This is Crime Stoppers?
Yes.
Somebody that picked up from Crime Stoppers said this?
Yes.
And what did they say again?
They basically could not talk to us. They didn't have time. They had someone ahead of us, and then proceeded to tell us to hold on again. And then after waiting about 21 minutes, this time on hold, we got told that we couldn't leave any information with any detectives. We couldn't give any tips we had that we felt were going to help the case. And basically, we could do nothing. Like, we can call back another day, just any type of response to get us off the phone.
Oh, wow. Whew. Okay, well, Hey, look, y'all hearing it from the family. Hey, look, the family's telling y'all what they got to go through. And while they're mourning the loss of a loved one, they're reaching out to certain entities that seems to be giving y'all the runaround.
Yes,
this is what
pretty
I'm hearing.
much. The places that are supposed to be helping us are just not doing their job.
So what made y'all reach out to me to try to get something done with this situation?
Well, I've seen the work you've done for the community and other people with their families, and I felt like this was the best option to get us to be heard, our voices to be heard, and also Elizabeth's voice for her and her face to be heard so people can know. And this cannot just get swiped under the rug. We're going to fight to the end for her.
Wow. Well, the family will be out on 12th and Mineral on the south side today at 5 p.m., canvassing the neighborhood, knocking on doors, and having a balloon release for Elizabeth Rocha. Is there anything that y'all want the community to know?
I would say, we all human. Everybody going to work. Everybody got something to do. And we see all the GoFundMes and stories, people taking lives are being lost. But it's always different when it's your family.
Right.
And when you think about the default, the police going to come and figure out what the heck happened. It's not that. It's not that at all. And it's an unfortunate truth. And we hear the stories, but it really hits you when it's yours, family. And to this extent, where my daughters are robbed from their mother and also their grandfather passed away at the same time, same day. I mean, it's a lot to take on. And for me, and thank God for Nichelle, who coming through in the clutch and told us the truth. We got to come here. We got to come here. And she was right. And you would think that, police would reach out immediately, and they know the whole story, especially when someone passes away. They know their whole story, any wrap-up sheet, everything.
Well, if anybody have any comments, you can call in for the family, 833-212-1017. Talk to text, 833-212-1017. We're going to head to the lines. Blake, you're on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
Family. To my people who I'm speaking to, it's been so much on the news. I'm not sure what story it is, but if she was shot, stabbed, or killed, or whatever, the person knows what they did. And everybody got these Ring doorbells, but all of a sudden, nobody sees and knows anything. It was a year to the date. On the 13th, my niece got her brains blew out by somebody half her age that spent half his life with her. A day before her 14th graduation and her birthday, last year in June. And when it happened that night, the 14th, everybody was like, we was looking for you. We was looking for you. We was trying to contact you, but everybody know where I live. So what I did, by me being the face of the fatherhood program for FDC, for me knowing Terrence Ray, for me being Father of the Year 5 years in a row from 2009 to 2012, I called the mayor and I acted a fool. I had 4, 6, 12, and 58 at my door in 20 minutes about my niece. And I said what I said, I felt what I felt, and I said what I meant. I stood on it. A year later, the trial is the 17th. He's taking a plea deal. Everybody wanting to get out so they can do something to him. That's not going to do nothing but bring demise and depression to another part of the city for another family member, somebody else's family, because they son that killed a 14-year-old, now he's 28 years old, and he get his brains blew out, or he going to go to jail, and they're going to take care of him in there.
Right.
Everybody pays a price. And for a mother to be taken away, a 17-year-old girl just got shot today. When girls getting shot,
right,
something is wrong out there, people. So for the young ladies missing their mom, the brother missing his lady, and this lady being gone, I'm ready. Everybody's not ready. Just like when I got saved and I used to be in the street and used to be in the world, and I was that dude, I was that the one you come get if something go down, I'm still that dude. But I'm different. I'm not angry no more. I'm not violent anymore. There are ways we can figure this out. We just have to do things together. If I point my finger at you, you can grab my finger and break it. If I ball my fist up and come at you, it's going to be a little harder to deal with. We have to do that within the community, within each other. Van did it when he went to jail. They got him out. When dude went to jail and everybody went down there playing cans in front of the police station, that was incredible. Nobody went to jail, but he got out. Now Tory got a station. Tory got his radio station. Dude, I'm proud of you. Sherwin, they doing their thing, but it has to be collectively and together. The Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, the blacks, the whites. If I cut you, we all bleed the same. All depends where and how much more. All depends where I cut you at and how deep.
Right.
The family should not be going through, but I can't say that because everybody's time is written in the book that God owns. So I take the pain that you're going through. You said somebody else passed away the same day. That was going to happen. It come in three. It just happens the way God wanted to, and there's nothing we can do when He has His hands on it. Like when my niece got killed, she could have got hit by a car. She could have drowned in a bowl of soup, but she got her brains blew out. Somebody knew what happened. Dude turned himself in. Now he in jail. He might not get a lot of time, but he got to live with that every day of his life. So whatever happened to that lady, may God have vengeance on that soul that took her life.
Hey, look, I thank you, Brother Blake, for tapping in. Look, this is one of the things where I talk about we all are being affected by homicide, by violent crimes, and it's going to take a multitude of us to stand on protecting innocent life. That's where I draw the line, at innocent life. You know, whatever you believe in, whatever you want to do, but when it comes to innocent women, children, and men, you got to take a stand. And that's where I draw the line in the sand, and that's where we have to come in and intervene. But when we come back, we got another caller on the lines that want to talk to the family. We got the family of Elizabeth Rocha in the studio. Elizabeth Rocha was found deceased on 12th and Mineral, and the family is here seeking justice. When we come back, we'll have more conversation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Jump into summer fun when the Brewers take on the Pirates Friday, June 16th through Sunday, the 18th. Start the adventure on Indiana Jones Day on the 17th and get a Craig Council bobble with a theme night ticket. Then, take home a Brewers Bucket Hat giveaway for the first 10,000 fans ages 21 and up on Father's Day, Sunday the 18th. Presented by Miller Lite. Get your seats at Brewers.com.
Hi, I'm Nicole, and I lost my 10-year-old daughter, Teresa, to COVID in just a few short days. Teresa was a healthy child who loved to dance. When Teresa got sick, I didn't think it was serious until she was rushed to the hospital. COVID and flu can be serious for anyone, but they're especially dangerous for communities of color. Please get your COVID and flu vaccines and stay up to date on all immunizations, because vaccines save lives.
To learn how to protect your family, visit vaccinateyourfamily.org/learn.
It's time to see what's poppin' with Melanie Ricks.
What's up, everybody? It's Melanie Ricks, and it's time to see what's poppin' with today's Pop Culture Report. Now that the NBA Finals are over, Ja Morant's fate has officially been determined. The NBA superstar will miss more than a quarter of the 23-24 NBA season as a result of his second gun flashing incident. The league just hit the Memphis Grizzlies star with a 25-game suspension. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver made the announcement regarding the punishment, saying that Ja Morant's decision to once again wield a firearm on social media is alarming and disconcerting, given his similar conduct in March, for which he was already suspended 8 games. Morant was initially suspended without pay after showing a gun while at a Colorado strip club in March, which he later apologized for and vowed to seek help. However, just 2 months later, the All-Star was spotted holding a weapon during an Instagram live session with his friend. This newly announced suspension begins immediately, and Ja is forbidden from attending any team events, including preseason games, prior to the start of the 23-24 campaign in October. The punishment will also hurt Morant's pockets. He will lose approximately $12 million in salary during his time away from the court. There were rumors that Morant's team was claiming that the gun shown in the video was actually fake. However, the association did say that it concluded that the firearm was real. As part of the punishment, Morant will be required to meet certain conditions before he will get the green light to return to the court. If he hits the criteria, Ja Morant will be available to play in December. This is a much needed lesson, not only for Ja Morant, but for anyone out there who is making decisions and not thinking thoroughly about the consequences of their actions. I think a lot of people can learn an extremely valuable lesson from this, and I hope and pray that Ja is one of those individuals. I'm definitely rooting for you, Ja, and I look forward to see you hitting the court in December. And that's what's poppin'.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Greg Matzik. Following a day off, the Brewers begin a 3-game series against the first-place Pirates tonight at American Family Field. Milwaukee trails Pittsburgh by a 1/2 game for first place in the NL Central. Coverage gets underway following the 6 o'clock news on WTMJ. Less than a week until the NBA draft, the Bucks own just one selection, number 58 overall, the final pick in the 2-round event. And the Packers are off until the end of July when training camp begins. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur hopeful to have linebacker Rashawn Gary back at some point before the regular season.
He is a game wrecker, a guy that significantly impact whether you're winning or losing. I just love his approach, his work ethic.
Day 1 of training camp practice is scheduled for July 26th. This sports update presented by Associated Bank, proudly supporting our hometown teams. Member FDIC.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Baby, me I no go live without you. Make you no go live with solo. Me I see the book at my job. Jackele, my baby, jump on the my baby. Jackele, my baby. Cause my mommy no day, my baby. Jackele, my baby, jump on the my baby.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the 1 and 2s. Joining me in the studio is the family of Elizabeth Rocha, 33 years old. She was found deceased in the alley near 12th and Mineral on the south side. And police don't know the cause of death yet, but they stated that there are no obvious signs of trauma on her body. This is what this article is saying from TMJ4. But they're investigating the death as a homicide. Have you talked to the medical examiner?
Yeah, I called, kind of slightly lost count how many times I called him. But I had to get details for Elizabeth. And they were the ones that actually told me before I even seen her. They said, yeah, there is head trauma on top of her head, side of her head. And when I saw her yesterday, I saw it on her forehead as well.
Wow.
And they said left side of the chest, the forearm, and on the hand. And I've been like pleading with the funeral home, like, hey, I got to hurry up and get that private session. And when I finally saw her, it finally was valid. I saw the head trauma. I couldn't see the chest part because, it
was covered.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there was definitely a fight there. And for what they've seen at the scene, it's just not adding up. And after talking to the homicide detective and the homicide sergeant, it was just no rush at all to even interview anyone. They were just like, well, we're just waiting. We're waiting for I think toxicology.
Right.
Yeah, waiting for the test. I'm like, what the hell? I'm sorry.
Okay.
Who the heck waits for a killer? Like, crime don't stop. There's no 9 to 5 with crime. Like, you got to go out there and do something. And basically just telling me, wait, we'll get in contact. And this is all like on camera. Like, I had like one incident, like it was just back and forth, me yelling at the cop, and he was just like, he knew the whole situation and just not only was like unethical, but he didn't even care about it. He was just like, we will call you, we'll call you, get out of here before you arrest you. I'm like,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, literally. And I got that on video.
All right. Well, we got a call on the lines, 833-212-1017. Talk to text, 833-212-1017. Kathy.
Hello.
You're on the new 1017 The Truth. How you doing, Kathy?
I'm doing okay. I hate to hear this. Just a little bit of advice, and if you need any help, you can take my number down from the truth here. First of all, this is what I'm going to say. Contact the chief of police, email, and in writing, okay? The new chief of police claim they don't do so much. Crime Stoppers, I would let them know what happened with Crime Stoppers. Email, text them, or write them a letter, because we need not to be funding that organization if they're not doing what they're supposed to do. But look up who runs Crime Stoppers, who's in charge. The second or third item is your alderman should have been contacted. They should have contacted you guys, okay, or somebody in the family. So whoever your alderman is hasn't come out on the news or the radio. None of them does. I'm not sure who's the alderman over there, if that's Donovan or what. So contact your alderman, your county board supervisor, look online, see who that is, and contact the mayor's office. The heck with Crime Stoppers. Contact the mayor's office. If you can't get him, wait till they have a fundraiser. Sign up on the list for fundraisers for all these people who run for office, and then you meet them there. And I bet they talk to you because all these people are around, okay? So you need to contact the chief of police. You need to check out the alderman in your area to make sure the alderman is making sure the police department is doing what they need to do. But right now, I think the police department is so tired. They hear the same story. There's so many domestic violence and different things going on right now that they're just overwhelmed, and then they kind of treat it. They don't give you the attention that you probably need, but they're not even in a sympathetic mode. I mean, these guys are just numb themselves with so much stuff going on and a shortage of help. So I would just contact, like I said, your mayor, the county board supervisor, the alderman in the area, and tell them what happened with Crime Stoppers. But you want to talk to the chief of police, see what she's going to do. And your alderman should be in that area over there coming out himself, saying that we're going to try to change things and stuff like that. The other one is, if you're a friend or a family member or somebody you can talk to, if these young ladies are seeing men who are violent, not holding down solid jobs every day, doing drugs and stuff, it's very difficult to talk with them, but do all you can to talk with them. If you have to send them out of state to another city or something like that, because a lot of that is domestic violence, men beating up women, although it could be in reverse. I just feel for you guys. So if you need a donation, anything to help out, I'm willing to help you out. But I would contact these places here. And when you get to the news station, you need to let the news know that Crime Stoppers ain't doing that. And look up the name of the person who's over Crime Stoppers, because that's taxpayers' money. And our money should not be spent on people hanging up the phone. And I believe what you said, because I know a lot of organizations that do that, okay? A lot of them do that to people. They hang up, they can't hear you. Why answer the phone, okay? So I would contact the alderman downtown, the county board supervisor, and if they don't want to respond and call you back, it's called recall people. You don't let them stay in office for 4 years and make the kind of money they make if they can't answer the phones and contact you. At least say something. You know, they're not responsible for what happened, but they can help you out with that, and they can try to talk to you and get Crime Stoppers to look up and do stuff. But in my zip code, Crime Stoppers told me they're not assigned over there. I'm in 02. 53202 off of Gray Street. I told him to get off our block because I wasn't interested in y'all coming over here with the new alderman talking about things because you're not for our area. And it wasn't for our area. It was just trying to boost up the alderman. So 53202 off of Gray Street, Crime Stoppers are not in that area. They're only in certain areas, and they're not even interested in us.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I'm not lying. You look up there and see what area they help out in.
Wow. All right, Kathy. I thank you for tapping in. We got some talk to text. Wow, this is tough. You know, this is tough to digest many times. White Widow is in the talk to text, says request copies of the autopsy in writing. I had to do that with my brother. He was found dead by the domes. He was 32. I received it in writing. Get everything in writing. Email some of these organizations. Get these conversations in writing. Blake says I'm down for the get down. Blake is definitely saying he's willing to help, do what he can. 9083 says I'm going to come there this evening on 12th and Mineral. I just want them to show up for us on the north side as well. And I understand that. Like I said, it's not just one race of people that's facing issues with violence and crime, and due to the fact Elizabeth Rocha is Mexican, this shows that, when we talk about unsolved homicides and how we got to come together and really try to bring justice to these things. This is a mother with children laying in the alley. We need justice. Can y'all tell us a little bit more about the event this evening at 5 p.m.?
Well, just like how you said, it's about justice, and we got to get awareness also with the neighborhood, have them get comfortable, like, hey, we all know what happened last week, Monday, and we want answers, not just brush underneath the rug. I think we all had that little stigma, like, well, hear no evil, see no evil, whatever it may be.
It's not our family member.
Yeah, exactly. It's not our family member. But, summer was just now starting, and I'm not anticipating it, but we all know what happens. And we have to get answers. And just like the woman who just spoke earlier, who just called, the police are numb. I know they're getting a lot of phone calls and homicides, but at the end of the day, crime don't stop. What are you going to do about it? If they need help, they need to say something.
83878 says, prayers to the family. We pray someone is caught and prosecuted for this senseless killing. I'll tell you this. Today at 5 p.m., Truth Nation, if you can get out with us out there on the south side of Milwaukee on 12th and Mineral with the family of Elizabeth Rocha, so we can knock on doors, and there will be a balloon release, a short balloon release in memory of Elizabeth Rocha, and the family will be out there. If you can join us, come out. This call to action is necessary. This is a mother that was found in an alley, just left there. It's up to us to try to bring justice. Somebody know. I always say somebody in the street know what took place. And we just need to make sure that we do our part in showing that we are not going to tolerate innocent lives being lost in our communities. Is there a GoFundMe or something that the community can help the family with?
Yes, we've started a GoFundMe, and we also have an email for contact. The GoFundMe is the fundraiser is there's a link to it. Sorry, one moment.
Is it a way that we could possibly Oh yeah. If you guys
the fundraiser, if you go to the link, it'll say please share, and it'll show about Elizabeth Rocha, and it's the team fundraiser is Reggie Leslie. So it'll pop up and it'll be a picture with her and her girls. Whatever you guys can do to help. We've also made a email for people that wanted to remain anonymous.
Justice for Our Angel at gmail.com.
And it's JUSTICEFOROURANGEL at gmail.com. And also we have a phone number, 414-759-0177. If anyone has any information or tips, feel free to please contact us, and you can be completely anonymous. Anything you know will help.
All right. Hey, look, I'm looking forward to getting out here this evening with the family. Once again, Truth Nation, if you want to come out to 12th and Mineral at 5 p.m., help us do some canvassing, knock on some doors, and join us for a short balloon release for Elizabeth Rocha. That'll be a blessing. I appreciate the family for coming into the studio. Reggie, I'm going to give you the last words.
Just to make it easier, because I know we threw a lot of stuff at y'all, if you just call this number 414-759-0177, again, 414-759-0177. You can text that number, call it, and whatever you want, the GoFundMe, any information you want to send, I will send you the link just like that. It'd be easier. So just if you could call 414-759-0177, and I'll send you the link to everything you need to know.
Hey, thank y'all for stopping in. I'll see y'all at 5 p.m. on the South Side and 12th and Mineral, and we're going to get to work. We're going to try to start the process on trying to see if we can find out what took place that day, and I thank y'all for coming in.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right, when we come back, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is 1017 The Truth's Tory Lowe, and I am Milwaukee. The Tory Lowe Show has become a resource for the community. I enjoy having open, on-air discussions about what we can do to regroup, rethink the black man, the black woman, and the black child. This show is about that action, and I want all the smoke. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the new 1017 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk.
This is your Acts Housing Home Buying Tip of the Week with D. Kemp. D, can anyone own their home?
Absolutely. If you have the will, we have the way at Axe Housing. So start today, go to our website, axehousing.org, and complete the virtual orientation. There's no reason that if you want to be a homeowner that you can't be a homeowner. It's just about taking the steps and finding the people and places who want to support you in that effort. If you have steady income, if you're renting, paying anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 a month, there is absolutely no reason you cannot be a homeowner. There's nothing wrong with renting, but understand you have a choice. If you want to be a homeowner, there are people in places who want to help you achieve that goal. All you need to do is go to axehousing.org and start the virtual orientation, and we are ready to put a team of professionals around you to help you reach your goal of home ownership.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At We Energies, we're committed to building a bright, sustainable energy future. We're investing in clean energy projects like solar, wind, and battery storage. As a leader in the decarbonization effort, our goal is to achieve net zero carbon emissions from our generation fleet by 2050. It's part of our plan to provide the affordable, reliable, and clean energy you depend on. Learn more at weenergies.com. We Energies. People you can trust, energy you can depend on. This message was paid for by the stockholders of WEC Energy Group.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, at 1017thetruth.com.
One 7 The Truth is excited to be back celebrating the 52nd annual Juneteenth celebration in Milwaukee. Make sure you come down Monday, June 19th, as we will be broadcasting live from the Juneteenth celebration from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop by our table and play games, win some Truth swag, and say what's up to your favorite Truth teammates. 1017 The Truth celebration of Juneteenth is sponsored by Educators Credit Union, Tayback Law, Molson Coors, and Associated Bank. We'll be also giving away next hour some Summerfest tickets to see NLE Chopper at Summerfest. So be listening for that to call in and win. Hey, look. Another great conversation that we're having when it comes to the city, when it comes to violence. The family of Elizabeth Rocha, 33 years old, found on the south side in an alley, deceased, near 12th and Mineral. We're going to be out there at 5 p.m. today talking to the community members and having a short balloon release for Elizabeth Rocha. She's Mexican, and it goes to show that we all are affected by violence in the community, but innocent life, we got to draw the line. We got to make sure we put these people behind bars for taking innocent life. We cannot accept it, and we will not accept that. Hey, look, salute to the family for coming in. It takes a lot of courage to be the voice of someone who needs justice, and I appreciate them for stopping through. Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to have more discussions at the top of the hour, and we're going to open up the lines. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The award-winning 1017 The Truth is excited to be back celebrating the 52nd annual Juneteenth celebration in Milwaukee. Make sure you come down on Monday, June 19th, as we will be broadcasting live from the Juneteenth celebration from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop by our table to play games, win Truth swag, and say what's up to your favorite Truth teammates. The 1017 The Truth celebration of Juneteenth is sponsored by Educators Credit Union, Tayback Law, and Molson Coors.
Tune in to the award-winning 1017 The Truth this Saturday at 12 noon for another episode of Diversity and Excellence powered by Erie Insurance and hosted by me, Dr. Ken Harris, and Fred Johnson, Vice President and Wisconsin State Manager for Erie Insurance. Fred and I will discuss the excellent career growth opportunities offered by starting your career with who? Erie Insurance. Hey, don't forget, this Saturday, don't miss Diversity and Excellence powered by Erie Insurance, 12 noon on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
We didn't know what to expect. We were just left in a hotel.
My mom was doing drugs in the house.
Tay and Brianna spent years of their childhood in homes that weren't safe. They were placed in foster care and longed for a permanent, loving home.
I didn't know what my future was.
I wouldn't speak to anyone. I was afraid of everything.
With help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, Brianna and Tay were adopted and now feel excited about their futures.
I'm studying to be a chef, and I really want to travel the world.
I'm going to be a mechanic, and I can focus on my career.
Right now, in the United States, there are more than 100,000 children in foster care, just like Brianna and Tay, who need a family now. Learn how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
Pollution from trucks is a public health crisis. Diesel-burning trucks belch dangerous levels of pollution, and communities living near ports and along freight corridors breathe especially high levels of this dirty air. But this crisis has a solution. My name is Sasan Sadat, and I work for Earth Justice. I'm working to clean up our air quality, particularly for communities that bear the burden of diesel pollution. For the sake of our lungs, our health, and our climate, the future of trucking in this country has got to be zero emissions. Until then, I will never rest.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Earth Justice is fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. If clean air matters to you, visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
We are the home of Milwaukee Black Talk, 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hi, everyone. I'm Melanie Ricks with your news update. The City of Glendale has unveiled the 2023 lineup for its 30th annual Music in the Glen. This free outdoor summer concert series starts on Wednesday, June 21st and goes until August 2nd. Performances are scheduled on select Wednesdays from 6:30 to 8 p.m. at Richard E. Maslowski Community Park, according to a press release that was issued yesterday. Those planning to attend are encouraged to bring lawn chairs and blankets, but concessions will be available on site at the Sprecher Oasis. The park also has a playground and indoor restroom facilities. For further details, you can visit musicintheglen.org. Deputies with the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office arrested 7 people and recovered multiple stolen vehicles and 5 handguns during several incidents Wednesday and Thursday. The Sheriff's Office shared a news release on Thursday night addressing all the incidents while also providing statistics for stolen vehicles and gun recoveries so far this year. According to the Sheriff's Office, as of June 8th, 52 stolen cars were recovered in Milwaukee County, compared to 29 on the same date last year. 188 firearms have been recovered compared to 141 last year. All of those numbers are from before this past week's incidents. This was the news update on 1017 The Truth. The Tori Lowe Show continues next here on the new 1017 The Truth.
We need each other.
That's facts.
I need my sisters. I need my brothers out here.
A coward dies 1,000 deaths, and for all the bootlickers, may you die 1,001.
The place for the realest conversations.
Tori Lowe want all the action, or you want all the smoke? Oh, this man, I'm with all that smoke too, man.
I didn't see Ron Johnson. He trash. Chisholm is trash. How the hell you here to help us and your kids are dying in the street?
I understand that this is Milwaukee and everyone believes that if someone say something, it's mentioned. It's not.
I don't care if it's the pastor. If you see the pastor ain't acting right, you check that fool. Where's the results?
Talking topics that need to be highlighted and discussed in our communities.
Would you trade places with a black person?
Sure, no, I would not.
Have you ever said the N-word? Come on, be the truth. We on the truth.
Unfiltered and unfazed. This is the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth and the Truth app.
The reason I believe that racism is getting worse is because whites know that they will be outnumbered in about 20 to 21 years. They're going to be outnumbered.
Hey, Tori, man. How are you doing, brother? I'm actually from India. We brown people can totally relate with you. Sometimes it's like, did that just happen to me?
We have to not let the government mind efforts either.
That cop ain't never been brought to the public because he ain't normal, and he may not even exist no more.
Say no more. Release the video.
You know, you keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're going to take over this talk radio, man. Just keep on focusing on what you're focusing on. I wish you a lot of love.
God bless you, brother.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Tori Lowe.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tori Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tori Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tori Lowe. Tori Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio downtown at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Welcome to the third hour of the Tori Lowe Show this Friday, June 16, 2023. And we got Elizabeth Brown in the studio with us today.
Hey, salute.
How you doing, Elizabeth Brown?
It's Friday. It's beautiful outside. No complaints.
I mean, the family of Elizabeth Rocha, who's Mexican, was in the building looking for justice.
As they should.
At 5 p.m., they'll be out on 12th and Mineral doing a canvas.
I'm there.
In the community.
No doubt.
Just to, shake the doors and see if they can find, anybody that know anything. Also, they're going to do a short balloon release.
No doubt.
But this is happening on the south side. This is happening on the north side.
East side.
West side.
I mean,
and when we talk about violence, many times they always, want to regulate this to blackface.
All facts. Again, that's we the fall guy. Black has always been the fall guy when it comes to criminality of any kind. I give my condolences to this family,
right,
and every family that loses someone. It's never easy. And the sad reality is, I heard the one caller say, what the police is dealing with, they get paid to deal with it. Because no matter what we're going through individually, we still got to go to work and we got to pay those bills. And if you feel that you unable to do your job, give it up.
I agree.
By any means necessary.
I was saying at the top of the hour, we on the north side and our communities, and we always accept the individualized excuses.
We do.
And many times we use them,
Again.
But if you go into like well-ran communities, that don't fly over there. It don't fly over there. It don't happen over there.
Facts.
They don't give a damn if the cop is tired to come to work. I'm paying your salary.
Period.
But only in disenfranchised communities where they use the excuses and the individualized ideas because they know that everybody's mostly out for self, every man for himself.
Pretty much. And they know that, this is how they have conditioned us to be. In reality, we understanding too, because like you stated, every side is dealing with an uptick in violence, because if it's happening in one spot, it's going to automatically bleed everywhere. And the reality of that is, this is what me and Tory Lowe been saying since the beginning of time. This is why you must get out here and assist those when it happened to them, because when it happened to you, now you want the assistance.
Right.
One thing for sure, and two for certain, black folks have stood in the gap for everyone.
Right.
Everyone. We have always been, because we know what it's like not to have. We know what it's like to go without. We know what it's like to be unheard or silenced. We know what it's like to be beat down just because you're telling that you don't have the basic necessities. But at the end of the day, when people can understand, to overstand the fact that until we all come together, until those of you who haven't been affected get out here and help those that have been affected, so when it knock on your door, ain't nobody hesitating to come out. When you stop crossing out the I and put in the we, that's when we start to move forward, because it's never a problem until it's your problem, and then you want the world to stop and come drop everything for you. The question is, who have you helped up until this point in their worst moments? Because that's the reality, that it's them today and it's you tomorrow.
Right.
And one thing we're learning right now about the city of Milwaukee and the unpowerful, supposed to be the leaders of our community, they don't give a damn about us. And they never have. It's been the regular folk like Tory Lowe who never got paid, who never made excuses, who don't have a 9 to 5, because the L's in our community go 24/8. It's nonstop.
Right.
And these individuals,
you never off the clock.
And the individuals that get paid know this. And they don't care that you're getting more people coming to you knowing that you only one man. But this is the reality for everybody who is somebody, that no, death is definitely coming for every last one of us and our loved ones. But the question is, what are you doing today that's going to change what tomorrow look like? So when you put up the bat symbol, that everybody wants to come to you because you've been out here putting in the work too. This is a reality check, because the way it's going, it's going to get 10 times worse. And the bottom line is, those individuals that we voted in or allowed to be in these seats of so-called leadership, then silenced you on every turn. We're talking about the Crime Stoppers, the way this family said they got treated. is above and beyond egregious.
And to be honest, they got the recording.
Good.
They got the recording. I heard it, and I couldn't believe it.
Every citizen, anytime you dealing with the powerless that be, record the calls. When you calling your older person, record the calls. Because again, the neglect, the benign neglect that our community continue to suffer from, we need to be able to pinpoint. When you see them, point them out. No elected official should be comfortable in the city of Milwaukee because we not comfortable. When you got mothers dying in alleys and the police is not that's what they there for. To at least be able to give you some type of empathy or sympathy to the fact that I know your loved one has died and we're going to try to do everything in our power to get some handle. But over the years, Tori, how many times have we heard families say this?
Right, and that's that was my point. We bring in a lot of families that are going through a lot of these situations that when you see these press conferences, it seems like the people that's supposed to be dealing with these situations is saying one thing, but the families is coming in here that they're talking about is saying a totally different thing. And when they're calling these organizations, when they reaching out for help, when they are trying to make strides to figure things out. Because I say, hey, how did you get to me?
That part. Because people talk.
Right.
Because word of mouth is real. Because everybody know what Tory Lowe is doing. When the chief pointed you out when we was down at the Cops and Clippers, they know who doing the work. They know you not getting paid. You understand? But don't nobody want to put the power where the individuals is doing the work. Everybody want to blow the smoke. Everybody want to blow the smoke and put up the mirrors like we're in this together. Prove it. These are people who's lost their loved ones. Time and time again, they all can't be lying. You understand? The Acevedo family, when their son was murdered, nobody called them. They was calling around trying to find out what happened to their son. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many families have we helped who said the same thing?
Right. And
this is a problem.
And I'll say this, y'all got to believe these families when they talk about what they have to go through and when they're in these tragic situations. And many times over the years, when we have these families in the studio, they're telling you what's happening, but then you're going to look up on the news to see the press conference and the people, the powers that be or the established ideas are going to say, yeah, we're doing X, Y, and Z, and they smiling and they sniggling and they giggling. But when I bring the real families from the streets in here dealing with these tragedies, I think that y'all got to make sure that y'all listening, because the next time it could be you and your family.
It's gonna be you,
sitting
man.
right here on the Tory Lowe Show telling me what the difficulties are that you're going through to try to get service when you're going through something as tragic as losing a loved one.
Man, the red tape. And we suffering every day. It don't get no easy for us, and we got an excuse for everybody else because we sitting around allowing these individuals to get away with it. It's not going to happen like that in Waukesha, in Brookfield, in Whitefish Bay, because they're holding individuals accountable, and that's what the hell we need to be doing. But first, we must hold ourselves accountable. And a lot of times, you allow individuals to lack because you know you lacking.
I agree. Plus, it's up to us to really initiate the change. That's why I say you got to be an example of what you want to see. If you want to see some action, you got to be about that action.
Amen to that.
So you can demand action because you're doing the action. So I think that many times we as people, we got to get off our hands, get out of that docile type mentality, and start getting out here and doing the little bit we can. I mean, you may not can do as much as some. It's different gifts for different people, but make sure that you're using the gifts to contribute to the overall outcome of progress. And that's why I always tell people, do what you know that you can do.
Yeah, find your lane.
And everybody can contribute. And if everybody put in their talent, we can all make a huge change.
All facts. All facts.
But it's about that time.
One call, that's all.
Now it's your chance to be entered in to win our One Call, That's All 5K giveaway. Yes, that's right. Get entered in to win $5,000. Be caller number 10 right now and be entered in to win our One Call, That's All 5K giveaway. And remember, if you or a loved one are injured in an accident, call Gruber Law Offices now. One call, that's all. Call 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. Be caller number 10 and be entered in to win our 5K giveaway. For official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
June is National Home Ownership Month, where we promote the benefits of home ownership and recommit to creating opportunities for future homeowners. Tune into 1017 The Truth all month long, where you will get information and resources and hear interviews promoting home ownership in our community. At the core mission of National Home Ownership Month is the belief that every person deserves the chance to live with security, dignity, and hope in a place that they can call home. National Home Ownership Month on 1017 The Truth is presented by Axe Housing and BMO Harris Bank.
Hey Truth fans, it's Dee Kemp, Vice President of Programs for Axe Housing. I am so excited to give you some information about how we can help you and your family reach the dream of owning your own home. At Axe Housing, we know you may be struggling to buy your own home due to financial strain, or maybe you don't even know how to get started on the path to home ownership. This is where Axe Housing can help. We will provide you with your own home buying coaching team who will help you with the entire home buying process from start to finish. That includes the home search, the loan process, and the big closing day on your dream home. Why rent when you can own? Here at Axe Housing, we help prepare families for successful home ownership. Stop paying rent and start building wealth. Reach out to our Axe Housing team today because we believe in you and we know home ownership can be within your reach. Visit us today at axehousing.org to get started. That's ACTShousing.org.
Parents, give your child the best start at St. Anne's Center on 24th and North. Their award-winning program is more than just a daycare. It is educational and fun with outdoor play, nature projects, swimming, music, arts, and crafts, and it's all in a safe and beautiful place. St. Anne's Center offers a summer camp for school-aged children, which is enrolling now. Check out St. Anne's Center for Intergenerational Care at sac414.org. That's sac414.org.
Educators Credit Union is dedicated to celebrating the cultures, heritages, nationalities, ethnicities, and languages of their members and employees. To honor this diversity, Educators Credit Union recognizes the achievements, culture, and histories of different communities all year. This month, Educators Credit Union is proud to celebrate Juneteenth and honor this historic day. To learn more about Educators Credit Union, visit ECU.com. Membership is open to anyone who lives or works in southeastern Wisconsin. Federally insured by NCUA.
Want to save energy and money? With an energy-efficient home, you will use less and save more. We Energies has simple tips to help you reduce energy costs, like unplug fully charged cell phones to avoid wasted energy, or clear furniture or rugs away from vents to improve airflow. Get a free online home energy assessment and learn more energy-saving tips at WeEnergies.com. We Energies. Simple, smart savings.
More of The Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I take a win, I take a loss. Revenue good, but my legacy not. They on the fence, I'm on the charts. Talk with my money and speak with my heart. Niggas don't like me and they don't know why, but no matter, won't fight me. 2009, I was putting them on, they wasn't excited.
Congratulations to Mr. Kevin. You'll be entered in to win our one call, that's all. You'll be entered in to win our one call, that's all 5K giveaway. For official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com. Minister Kevin. Hey, all right. All right, we in the studio with Justice Wisconsin advocate and author Elizabeth Brown.
Hey.
Now, a lot of people been talking about the potential of this tax increase. We talked about it the other day.
No doubt.
And many times when we talk about tax increases on the people, a lot of people if it goes to the referendum, they not for the vote for that to happen.
And they know that. Chevy Johnson and David Crowley, they knew that. That's why they didn't allow the city forums to come together for the people to rein in on that. Again, like I said, this is highway robbery at its worst. You understand? Like, this is criminality at its worst, because when you sit and look at the what they consider the rules and regulations of this bill, the individuals that are suffering the most, the individuals that are being taxed the most, those of us in the city of Milwaukee who already is robbing Peter to pay Paul, is going to be triple taxed, taxation without representation. And again, their main objects is what we already voted on. We don't want police in the schools. You understand? Milwaukee is a city that's always put more policing in the city of Milwaukee than any surrounding county. And the violence is still extreme. So clearly that's not working. When you take the people's power away or ability to speak, because again, what's the First Amendment?
Freedom of speech.
And the people can't, the people you about to tax don't get a say-so on what you do with our money. I mean, I'm still dodging potholes. I don't know about nobody else. You know, I mean,
you dodged the potholes on the way here.
There's many things we could put money on, especially when we're talking about infant mortality in the city of Milwaukee is that of a third world country.
Look, I'll tell you this. It's a lot that, a lot of fires going
Facts.
on. And we recently also talked about the corridor where all the families was displaced. There's something that just was posted in the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. It says, the headlines read, "Where are these people going to go? Developers sued after Milwaukee apartment residents evacuated over toxic fumes." And a lot of those residents are speaking out about the conditions and things like that.
As they should.
But this building had black ownership.
And it did. And again, we're looking at black leadership in the city of Milwaukee. This is the game.
Oh, wow.
This is the game. You put a black face on it. And again, we want as a people to get behind those that look like us because we thinking that they feel the same pain we do. Skin folk ain't never been kinfolk. And it's very prevalent in 2023 that that's the truth with no lies attached. Like, we have to make sure that we get the violators of our own community that look like us. These are the Dahomey tribe individuals that you would give you have the nerve to tell the people that you misplaced, that you knew that you wasn't supposed to allow them to move in until you got the right testing. These people did applications and everything, Tori. There was a process. And now you're telling them,
and these developers knew that the chemical existed on the property.
Period. How many times was the ball dropped? Because it was in a black community. You understand? Now you're telling these same people that they have to write off ever suing you, knowing that TCE is causing long-term issues with women and children and elderly black individuals.
But I'm going to give you $5,000. I'm going to give you $5,000. Sign this paper. I'm going to give you $5,000.
What $5,000 is going to do to a mother with 3 kids who already have an issue because she's been misplaced? Majority of those mothers were saying they was being moved around so much that they lost their jobs. What is $5,000 going to do? Stopping me, my child could become sick 6 months from now. And you're saying this is the stipulation, I'm going to give you $5,000 so you can't sue me later. If that's not screwing your people, what do you call it?
All right, well, there's an article, a media article out of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel talking about this. Let's listen.
What happened?
I found out it was a Saturday. I was just washing dishes, about to make me something to eat, and somebody kept knocking at my door, and I'm like, who was knocking at my door? So they came, and I opened the door, and they like, we need you to leave. They said they gave us an hour for us to leave, and they said you gotta go. So I'm a single mom. I have a 5-year-old, and I live with my sister, who is 28. So it's like I have an hour to not only get my clothes for my son, get his toys, and I gotta wrap up his stuff. Like it was just ridiculous. Well, basically they made us sign some documentation where we can't sue them, and they giving us some little funk ass $5,000. Which, if anybody in the world know that a mattress costs $1,200. A mattress is $1,200. So if it's 2 adults that's living in my house, and you giving me $5,000, and I gotta pay for a 5-year-old, like, are y'all serious?
Wow. And the sales tax for the hit. So don't add the 7%, 7.9% on to that. That money gone before you can say Ambassador. And to me, when I talk about these things, there's multiple ideas when it comes to the black community and dealing with, those who are supposed to be in the space of understanding exactly what to do. You find out it's just Bernie Fife.
Literally.
These people acting like Bernie Fife.
The homie tribe. They selling us out. Just like every black face politician in the city of Milwaukee. They're selling us out. They knew, Tory, look. Ooh, don't get me started on this black face, because again, like you stated yesterday, these black faces are the only ones that would have been able to get away with it. A Caucasian wouldn't have been able to get away with it.
Right.
Because the whistle would have been blown, but they allowed these black face individuals to come in and bust these moves on a community. And so they can say, because all this is setting us up for is for them to say, well, all black faces was in positions and they screwed it up. You understand?
They're going to blame it on them. They're going to be the scapegoats for this era right now. Everything that's going on in Milwaukee is going to go down in history on blackface.
That it was the worst under black leadership.
And then they're going to be like, hey, y'all had the monies. Y'all had the opportunities. We gave y'all this and that, and y'all didn't do nothing with it. But I believe they intentionally give the monies to people that, because they never approach me
at all.
And when I'm calling to call in, because I'm calling regular, I'm going through the regular way.
Facts.
I don't get a call back.
They're not gonna call you back,
right? But when I see them out in public, hey, how you doing, Tory?
Again,
keep doing a great job.
Period. Because that's work that they ain't got to do, and that's what I'm telling the community. When you allow individuals to get so comfortable, you want to sniggle and giggle and take a picture, and they preying on the community. That's the only thing that adds up to. Because when we're talking about this sales tax and how they went about it, it's the principle for me. And now we're sitting waiting on the Uncommon Council to make a vote that we know that this whole sales tax thing is about pensions. This is why LaTanya Johnson stated what she stated to the news and then turned around and marked yes, because her pension is a part of that as well. And it's not going to stop us from going over a cliff. It's going to pay their pensions, this group that's in there right now, going to make sure that they get their pension before they hit the parachute button so they can leave here just like Tom Barrett did.
Well, with the golden parachute.
And be good. He in Luxembourg, living his best life. And if we followed the trail, so the beautiful thing about what's happening to Trump, we need some attorneys around here
to do the same thing.
To do the same thing to every last one of them.
Well, lock them up?
Lock them up.
Wow. Hey. They got investigations on Trump and Biden. Why not?
And the way that they dismantling the Fire and Police Commission, the police is doing the investigation. So I don't know how that's gonna work.
Hey, you know how it's gonna work. Unfounded. Whatever you was complaining about was unfounded.
All facts.
Hey, look. I'm gonna tell you this. We gonna run the break, and when we come back, we got a caller on the lines.
Our best friend.
I think it's Eddie. I think we got Eddie on the lines. When we come back, we're going to have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. This is your Financial Empowerment Minute on the new 101.7 The Truth, presented by Northwestern Mutual.
So if folks don't have budgets, first and foremost, would you all recommend that they put together a B word?
Well, you know what? I think I got another B word. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, is yours the other B word? What B word is yours?
So here's my deal. I don't think most people have a budgeting problem. I think most people have a behavioral problem.
Oh.
Okay? So the budget is no good if you're not going to make a commitment to follow through on what you're doing. And I think that's really the key. You got to have enough courage to sit down, go through all your expenses, but then you do need to kind of have that real conversation and hold yourself to the fire to actually commit to doing the action. When me and Erica merged years ago, she has a budget, right, where it actually annualizes how much money you're spending for the year on that said thing. So if you were to put in, say, $100 a month for your coffee, whatever it may be, on her budget, you're going to see it actually being $1,200 for the year.
Tune into The Truth every month for our financial empowerment interviews with Northwestern Mutual.
It's one of the most critically acclaimed superhero films of all time and features an Oscar and Grammy-winning soundtrack. And now you can experience Marvel Studios' Black Panther in a whole new way with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra as they perform Ludwig Göransson's score live to picture at the Bradley Symphony Center June 23rd through the 25th. Visit MSO.org right now to reserve your best seats or call the box office at 414-291-7605. Follow T'Challa's epic journey as he clashes against Killmonger for both peace and his rightful place on Wakanda's throne, all while surrounded by the gorgeous beauty of a former movie palace. Marvel Studios' Black Panther Score with Film runs June 23rd through the 25th only. Call for tickets 414-291-7605 or visit MSO.org.
Are you looking for an opportunity to better the Milwaukee community? Do you want to develop your skills for a career or job? City Year Milwaukee is recruiting for its 14th cohort of AmeriCorps members. We are hiring young adults ages 18 to 25 to serve our amazing scholars in Milwaukee Public Schools. This opportunity allows you to serve your community and gain professional development, which will allow you to enter the workforce, your next educational journey, or even stay with us for a second year of service. Visit cityyear.org to connect with our local recruiters and learn how to apply.
Are you or someone you know 18 or older need a driver's permit? Greater Milwaukee Urban League's free driver's permit classes can put you in the driver's seat. You'll learn the rules of the road from qualified instructors, moving you one step closer to successfully earning your driver's license permit. You may also qualify for free behind-the-wheel instruction. Classes are available in May and June. You can attend virtually or in person. Visit tmul.org for more information. That is tmul.org for more information on Greater Milwaukee Urban League's free driver permit classes.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, at 1017thetruth.com.
He's on fire. Call the fireman, she a hot girl. Gonna shake some. I don't know how to dance, but can lean. I make the ghetto women put their hands on their knees. Make the ghetto women put their hands on their knees. Make the ghetto women put their hands on their knees. I don't know how to dance, but can lean. And make the ghetto women put their hands on their knees. Make the ghetto women put their hands on their knees. Make the ghetto women put their hands on their knees. Yeah. Call the fireman, she a hot girl. Put her out. Ooh, I just broke a sweat in the get a towel. She said nothing been happening though. It's a drought. I tell her put her in the L. Get down. Go get in time out, you a baddie. Just send me a spot with the addy. I get up and pop me a pop. I get up and pop me a
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the 1 and 2s in studio with Justice Wisconsin advocate and author Elizabeth Brown.
Hey, salute.
Hey, look, we got Eddie on the lines. Eddie, you on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Good Friday, Tori. Good Friday, Liz.
Salute.
How you guys doing?
All is well.
How you doing?
Hey, Eddie. Hey, before we get started,
Hey,
before you get started, Eddie, somebody's on the talk to text lines. They said now is a good time to ask Eddie, did he return Denise Thomas' other shoe that she stuck up your butt the other morning when you called her with the shenanigans?
Damn.
First of all, I don't even know where she took that. We were on a conversation about apples, and she took it to oranges. And when I listened to it, because there's a delay, when I listened to it, I'm like, what? I don't even know how the hell she got what I said kind of misconstrued, because she's saying I just can't even believe what had happened on the show. She misconstrued what I said wholeheartedly, and I was just baffled, and I just thought, well, it's par for the course with me and Denise.
Hey, I heard she balled you up and dunked you in the trash.
You know what?
That's word on the street.
Just didn't happen that way. It was more like being sucker punched, because when we're debating back and forth, and she says something, then I say something, what she does is she gets her last at bat, and then they mute me or they click me off the show. They basically hang up.
Kind of like that.
Oh, you didn't do it again, did you? Did you just do it? Did you do me like that? Is that what you're doing? Is that what it is?
Hey.
So, guys, let me give you... Listen, Tori, I'm painting a house on the south side, and they hired me for one part of the project and two young brothers, named Brandon and Sincere, and they came to me the other day and said, are you the Eddie from 101.7 that mentors Tori and Liz and the online
Take
staff,
it easy, Eddie.
the online talent at
Here we go.
101.7?
Now I know why Denise served you up.
She didn't serve me up.
You get on the
Two
lines.
things have nothing to do with.
You get on the lines and just say stuff that's not even close to being true.
I don't even know what you're talking about, Tori. The show's called The Truth, and I'm doing my part.
Telling lies.
As the
White
only
lies.
Caucasian color. No. Oh, why do the lies have to be white?
Because that's what you are.
Hey, Eddie.
Anyway, let me get to my point. So these young men said, if you can mentor them, can you mentor us? And I said, I'd be honored to.
Hey. Well,
Well,
look,
Tori,
if you
I'm
can
making
look, maybe you can give somebody a job, and maybe they'll, can get a painting job so they can pay some bills. So, hey, if you can pay them,
maybe. Listen, they're nice guys. And
Let me talk to them. Is you buying them right now, Eddie?
Am I what?
Are you buying them right now?
No, but they're listening. I'm in front of Starbucks, and they're about 4 miles away. But I know they're listening because they
Brandon,
said they're going
in.
to listen.
Call in, Brandon.
Call in, Brandon.
Bruh.
Call in. Brandon loves me. Thinks I'm good.
Okay.
all right. And well, Eddie,
They're good guys. They're new to painting.
hey, Eddie.
So should we get
hopefully
to the call?
you can get some employee. They can get some employment from you.
I'll help the kids out.
You coming down to Juneteenth? You coming down to Juneteenth, Eddie?
Good news. I canceled my flight. Juneteenth is on the 18th. I booked my flight for the morning of the 19th. So I will be there June 18th at Juneteenth.
Oh, boy.
Huh? You looking forward?
You just like the people that didn't tell the slaves that they was free.
All facts.
Misdirection.
I'm not either condoning or denying that. I'm not saying anything. Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
All right. So what's your point today, Eddie? What are you talking about?
Okay, here's my point. This is why I called it. About this gal who called in, and basically the family saying the police don't care. Okay? I've seen this myself. I'm super Caucasian, and I've seen it myself, Tori. They want to care. The cops want to care. They're emotionally and mentally and spiritually burnt out because they're doing a job that they think our community is ungrateful for. So they're supposed to be cops. They're supposed to be applying the law. That's their trade. And people at City Hall and at First District aren't backing them. So they're like, what's the point to all this? And I think a lot of cops that I know, they've given up. They barely care anymore.
That's sad
they
because
feel like they're not getting.
We paying their salary. That's coming out of our taxpayers' dollars. That's not something that's good to say.
And they still getting pension.
Yeah,
That's why we about to pay this extra.
Yeah.
You know, I understand what you're saying, but these guys, a lot of these guys are depressed, man. They're never happy. They never have any glee.
And the people
they
not.
see so much. What's that, Liz?
After COVID, everybody depressed.
Yeah, this was even before. So a lot of these guys could be an assistant manager at a local Culver's and make as much money, not have as much grief. A lot of these guys are really depressed. And the older they get, I see it. They're just kind of worn out and worn down by the whole process.
Okay, so where's the professionalism at?
Well, Tori, after a while, you just kind of give up. I mean,
You can't give up.
these guys.
Hold on, wait a minute. If I'm a clerk and I'm checking people out at the grocery store and I come in with a bad attitude, and so I just start slamming people eggs into the bag, hey, wait a minute. What's going on here? Is people going to be like, what's going on here? You just, mishandled my items. I don't care what you came to work with doing. You got to leave that outside the door because you're here to check in my groceries. Now you busting my eggs. Am I supposed to take these busted eggs home, or what's going? Am I supposed to have empathy for you for breaking up my items? I don't know. That sounds a little bit of a stretch.
Tori, I get what you're saying, but that's in theory. A lot of these guys
that's real life,
so burnt out.
That's real life.
I know. Listen, man. Listen. You should follow me at work one day and see how hard I actually work when I'm at work. When I'm, not sitting.
Well, I'm coming to the South Side today. Where you at? Where you located? Drop your Addy.
Well, now I'm on the East Side, Liz. Now I'm on the East Side at Starbucks.
I thought you said you was on the South Side, Eddie.
I was painting, and then I left Brandon and Sincere, and I came to Starbucks.
Is your real name Eddie?
Eddie, there's Starbucks on the South Side too, right?
It's the truth. Yeah, I don't go to that one. I don't go too far south. I go to the East Side. I go to the East Side Starbucks. So, all right, guys, I just want to say that, in a perfect world, theoretically, you're right, theoretically. But everybody's getting burnt out.
Yeah.
The cops, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, everybody's just kind of had it. And it's not just their family. I've had instances where I've caught somebody. I got a guy broke into my loft, a warehouse loft. There's a felon with a firearm. The guy had multiple felonies. They should have charged him, throw the book at him. They didn't do anything to the guy. And my buddy explained, we just don't care. The guy didn't shoot you. It's no big deal. You didn't die. You didn't steal anything. Let it go.
Hey,
So
John
it's
Chisholm
not
wouldn't have
just
charged me either. Ain't that your friend?
What's that?
John Chisholm.
He's my friend?
Yeah.
I don't agree with John Chisholm on a lot of things. Trust
But
me.
didn't you say that
We
y'all
have
was out
mutual
having lunch or
friends.
something?
No. We have mutual friends,
Okay.
and I don't agree with the guy on a lot of things. Okay, and yeah, so I don't agree. I know a few things, and I just don't agree with the man. I think no man's all bad.
Facts.
But I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that he's done.
But what if
okay?
he's having an emotional breakdown? What if he's stressed out? What if all these cases are coming through and he's just not functioning well at work?
Well, I got to be honest. I don't know what his attraction to being DA is. He's a bright enough attorney to have his own practice.
Wow.
It's a thankless job. But guys, listen. Thanks for having me on the show. Have a good weekend. Hopefully, I'll see you at Juneteenth. Okay.
All right, Eddie. We'll see you at Juneteenth. You gonna come to Juneteenth? I got faith in you, Eddie. I got faith in you. I got faith that Eddie gonna pop up at the 1017 The Truth team.
We'd love to see you, Eddie.
Okay, we'll see what we can do.
All right.
We'll see what we can do.
All right, maybe I can
Bye-bye.
get you
Hush up, boy.
get you and White Widow to get on good terms. Hey, look. When we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Summerfest is back, and the new 1017 The Truth has got you covered with front row access wristbands to your favorite shows. Tune in to the Tory Lowe Show this week. I will be giving away a pair of wristbands and general admission tickets to see NLE Choppa at Summerfest on Saturday, June 24th. Make sure you tune in to 1017 The Truth from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. so you don't miss your chance to see NLE Choppa up close and personal during Milwaukee's biggest summer party on the lake. Summerfest is presented by our founding partner, American Family Insurance.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Literally one call, that's all. I made one call and that's all, worry-free. One call, that's all. It worked.
Just one call and that's all.
They will do what they say they're going to do. One call and that's all.
One call, that's all means security.
It's literally one call, that's all.
It's a phrase we'll never forget.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Sherwin Hughes with his truth.
When surveyed, people who live in metro areas are concerned about one thing and almost one thing exclusively, and that's crime. Since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, we have been concerned with violent crime. Teaming that up with warmer temperatures as summer approaches, the concerns are very real. Typically, violent crime is something that we associate with neighborhoods, but when violent crime hits downtown, its effects seem to be particularly pervasive. These are gathering places for social interaction. We want those places to be distinctly crime-free. Not to mention, when a criminal activity takes place in neighborhoods, it may not make the news, but if something happens downtown, then it will make the news every single night, therefore increasing the perception that violence downtown is actually on the uptick, when in fact, it is being reduced. Now, there are less people downtown because offices are not renewing their leases, and there's less white-collar workers that are going to work downtown every single day, which makes it seem like the prevalence of things like homelessness is actually on the increase when it is not. There's just less people downtown, making such prevalence even more apparent. To get crime under control, we have to be much more proactive, which it seems our Wisconsin legislature does not want to be. If we are able to make the necessary investments led by the people in the city of Milwaukee, we can make crime decrease in every single measurable category. Unfortunately, lock them up and throw away the key is not the way to go. We saw this with the 1994 crime bill, and lo and behold, 20 years later, we saw how incredibly and intensely racist that piece of legislation was. Because we're all very concerned about crime, let's not repeat the mistakes of the past and lock people up and throw away the key and think that is going to be the answer that we're all seeking.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, rip out my shirt if you love me. Spit in my face when you me. Play with my while you me. Eat it like you was ugly. I mean, hold on. Wait, where your friend bring your buddy? I don't think that you enoughy. Her favorite thing to say is cuff me. Slow me out. Slow.
Milwaukee biggest party on the lake starts next week, and guess what? The award-winning 1017 The Truth has the hookup for you. Now it's your chance to win tickets to NLE Chopper, a prize pack of 2 front row wristbands and 2 general admissions to Summerfest right here on the Tory Lowe Show. Call 833-212-1017. Beat caller number 5 right now and win the NLE Chopper prize pack. Once again, that's 833-212-1017. Be caller number 5 right now and get tickets to Summerfest and a prize pack to see NLE Chopper at Summerfest. Hey, caller number 5 right now. Joining me in the studio, Justice Wisconsin advocate and author Elizabeth Brown.
Hey,
look, another powerful conversation today, talking about what's going on. And many times when we as a community, when we talk about current events that's involving the conditions of the community, a lot of times we walk away empty-handed as citizens.
All the time.
When have we walked away with any results?
We have never walked away with any results. And the sad reality of it is the more black faces that we have in leadership equals us being in the negative 5 times worse, which is even more egregious.
I just say that many times we keep hanging our head down when it comes to the decision making on the behalf of the people.
Yep.
And so we continue to hope.
And
we continue to have these hopes and dreams.
No doubt.
But yet the more tangible ideas are not in play.
It's not in play. And I think it's, again, it's a learned behavior of us feeling like we have to accept or continue to accept less than. I think it's just time for us to start to believing in ourselves. And like I said, checking the violators within our own community, those individuals that look like us. It's a sad day when our city is led by a black mayor, have a black county executive, have a black chief of police. All of these
a sheriff.
A sheriff. Yeah, my bad.
Majority common council.
And we in the worst predicament we've ever been. This is the worst position we could ever be in how they are trying to silence us. I'm talking about David Crowley and Cavalier Johnson did this on purpose to silence the people. They didn't give a damn. And they know that we're being taxed because per the records, the majority of county workers, police don't even live in the city of Milwaukee. We have individuals with this stipulation. If they pass this, Tory, these are not people that live in the city of Milwaukee that's giving us these stipulations on what we need to do and how they're going to police our schools and things like that. Nobody is suffering. And I'm talking about all the revenue that's happening in the surrounding. I'm talking about everybody is making money but us. And the main idea is to clear this pension that's not going to take us out of the red as a city. The question is, how did we get here? How do we continue to pay and receive nothing?
And this is not a solution.
It's not.
This is just a Band-Aid.
On a bullet wound.
And then we're losing our rights, and this is not even a resolve.
And the future rights of our children. We're talking about right now, you're dismantling everything that the little tangibles we did have, like the Fire and Police Commission. You done dismantled that and put that back in the hands of the same police that are abusing and brutalizing the citizens of Milwaukee. And now we would have to go to those that abused us to seek justice?
Unfounded. That's all I could think of.
That's a conflict of interest.
When you get the complaint in there and then you wait and you think it's something going to get done and it's going to say this was unfounded. These people didn't do anything.
And the person that got to take my report is the same person that beat me up.
All I'm saying is if this passes, this sets a lot of things back.
It does.
And many times they'll say, hey, we did this to save the community. We was going to hit the cliff. But I'm going to tell you this. The pension ideal is involved in this. And hold on. And you know they care about the pension. That is not a question. That's not a question. They want their pensions out of this.
Damn right.
And they did everything they could
by any means
to make sure that their future was secure.
If you're not in the room, you're on the menu. They knew when they went in there that they were serving us up. And this is why we need to apply pressure to these individuals. Because the bottom line is, Tory, if this thing passes, if the Uncommon Council votes for this, especially the minority majority, if y'all vote for this and think that everything finna be straight, because this is all about pensions. This not gonna save the city. They should have hit the cliff and got the people say so on what it is that we want to do. What's sad is y'all saying that it's better for the city. Y'all undone everything that we voted against. We voted against having police in the schools. And now that's a part of the stipulations. You sold us out. And you didn't even give a damn to give us a say-so before you went in that room and closed that door, because you knew damn well that if it was on a referendum, it wasn't going to happen.
And people would have stopped it in its tracks.
Period.
Hey, look. I don't think we have to really guess anymore.
There's no
on
guessing.
What side people are on right now.
Ain't no guessing.
And if you're confused, then that means that you may need to understand how you dealing with the community, because you don't even know what you somewhere living under a rock.
All I'm going to tell you, if you're confused, you're a pawn and you're being sacrificed right now. Any individual right now that don't understand where the lines are drawn, that don't understand that these are the people that are supposed to represent you and I as a whole. We need to understand exactly what, if you can't see it right now, it's more clearer now than it's ever been.
I need to get me a job in the city so I can get me some of this pension money.
Tory.
Because that's the only good thing that came out of for them.
Oh,
they secured their family's future by getting the pension monies to come through so they can have a peace of mind for their future.
And you can tell everybody eating good, everybody getting fat but the people. But we're the one being taxed. This is all about a pension. And the sad reality of it, everybody that voted yes, they pension is on the table.
Wow. Hey, let me get your final thoughts, Elizabeth Brown.
I mean, it's a sad day, but again, it's swirling in the right way. We're talking about a frequency. When you have families coming in telling you their truths, they're living it every day. Don't deny what's coming out of their mouth, because it's your family next. And the question that I have for Truth Nation, when it's your family, what you gonna wait until it's your family, or you gonna get out and be a part of the difference right now? What you do today affects what tomorrow looks like. And ain't no better time than the present for you to get out here and be a part of the action. Because when you're a part of the action, you're working towards a solution. And you should be solution based, because we can't depend on leadership.
Hey, look. Enough said. Hey, look. Today at 5 p.m. we'll be out there on 12th and Mineral with the family of Elizabeth Rocha, who was found in the alley. Families wants justice. We'll be out there canvassing the neighborhood. If you want to join us, feel free. And thank you for tapping in. Be safe. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go and put your hands up. When times is how you stand up. LUP the man, cause a brand that the fans trust. So even if they ban us, they'll never slow my plans up.
Calling all Black-owned business and entrepreneurs. The award-winning 1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black Business Give Back. Go to blackbusinessgiveback.com for your chance to sign up to receive 3 months of free advertising on The Truth, valued at $6,000. It is that easy. Grow your business today by signing up for our Black-owned business Give Back. For official contest rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com, member FDIC. Be sure to tune in to The Truth on Saturday, June 17th at 11 a.m. for Soft Life Chronicles, presented by All of Us Milwaukee at the Center for Community Engagement and Health Partnerships. As we celebrate Juneteenth this week, I will be joined by representatives from All of Us Milwaukee to discuss the correlation between the fight for Black liberation and how you can get engaged with all of us during our celebration on Juneteenth. So be sure to listen to Soft Life Chronicles at 11 a.m. this Saturday, presented by All of Us Milwaukee and on the new 1017 The Truth.
The Age of Reason took place over 200 years ago. It was a time of amazing scientific and philosophical progress all over the world. Truth, reason, and tolerance thrived and even shaped the Constitution of the United States of America, the foundation of our democracy. But now those building blocks of America, of democracy, are under attack. In just 2 decades, big tech social media billionaires have allowed their platforms to roll back truth, facts, and tolerance, and fill the screens in our homes and in our pockets with lies and hate. Online disinformation and hate affect everything, everyone, everywhere. It splits us apart, hurts our children, polarizes our societies, and is literally leading to violence and terror in our communities. Lies and hate everywhere are a threat to all people, anywhere. Be a part of the change. Help defend the future of our democracy. Go to counterhate.com to learn more.
Pollution from trucks is a public health crisis. Diesel-burning trucks belch dangerous levels of pollution, and communities living near ports and along freight corridors breathe especially high levels of this dirty air. But this crisis has a solution. My name is Sasan Sadat, and I work for Earth Justice. I'm working to clean up our air quality, particularly for communities that bear the burden of diesel pollution. For the sake of our lungs, our health, and our climate, the future of trucking in this country has got to be zero emissions. Until then, I will never rest.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Earth Justice is fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. If clean air matters to you, visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
Truth Nation, stand up and tap in. This is 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hi everyone, I'm Melanie Ricks with your news update. The City of Glendale has unveiled the 2023 lineup for its 30th annual Music in the Glen. This free outdoor summer concert series starts on Wednesday, June 21st and goes until August 2nd. Performances are scheduled on select Wednesdays from 6:30 to 8 p.m. at Richard E. Maslowski Community Park, according to a press release that was issued yesterday. Those planning to attend are encouraged to bring lawn chairs and blankets, but concessions will be available on site at the Sprecher Oasis. The park also has a playground and indoor restroom facilities. For further details, you can visit musicintheglen.org. Deputies with the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office arrested 7 people and recovered multiple stolen vehicles and 5 handguns during several incidents Wednesday and Thursday. The Sheriff's Office shared a news release on Thursday night addressing all the incidents while also providing statistics for stolen vehicles and gun recoveries so far this year. According to the Sheriff's Office, as of June 8th, 52 stolen cars were recovered in Milwaukee County, compared to 29 on the same date last year. 188 firearms have been recovered compared to 141 last year. All of those numbers are from before this past week's incidents.
This was the news update on 1017 The Truth. The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next here on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris. bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand,